We're live.
You gonna make the background picture thick ass Broly?
I should have done thick ass Broly. I can definitely switch it to thick ass Broly.
Hold up, we got some technical difficulties.
Yeah,
Thick ass Broly.
Thick ass Broly ain't on screen.
Someone drew this picture of Broly, but it's like him just kneeling down like this, and he's thick as fuck.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Aww.
Damn, yeah, it's gonna get switched to thick ass Broly for sure.
Hopefully we could find one that just keeps spinning, like the Willem Dafoe one.
I don't know how to spell his name.
Borly.
Big ass Broly.
Big ass Broly. You gotta put thick with two C's.
Good call.
If all else fails, I will go onto Facebook and find the saved picture and send it to you. Because I know I saved that post. That shit fucking killed me.
I am thick.
He's like, oh my gosh.
There's some good ones, but these are all just drawn. Oh.
You telling me people like go out there and they just draw this shit?
Yeah. Usually.
Everybody out here getting wild.
Watch out.
There for now.
Change it later.
But yeah, never done. As you guys know, I've watched a little bit of anime, but Forrest isn't into it at all.
Oh, God.
He's just sitting there in the corner. I gotta find the original, man. It's so killer because he's like sitting on the battlefield just.
But yeah, I mean, should we just jump right into like?
There we go.
Oh my god, that is magical. Fucking that dumper thick as fuck,
bro. Broly thick.
What got you guys into anime originally?
It all started when Toonami decided to share and stream Neon Genesis Evangelion.
You started with that show?
Yeah,
but
I watched-
they didn't stream the original show. They streamed those like 1.11 reboots and shit like that. And then after that, I was like, damn, that's the greatest anime I've ever seen. Because like made me cry and shit after I watched 2.22. And then I found out it was a regular show. And I was like, oh shit, now I gotta watch this. And then like it just kept getting deeper and deeper from there. Like people would just give recommendations and you're like, oh, now I gotta watch this, that, this. It just becomes a maze.
It's a long ass list.
Yeah. That's the
100%.
problem, is the list starts growing and you're like, that's a lot of anime to watch.
Yeah.
Dude, plus like, there's this website called Anime Tycoon, and they have just like everything on it. So like people will give me like recommends and stuff, and I'll go to start watching them. But then while I'm scrolling through all the lists of animes, I'll find one that catches my eye, start watching that.
Right.
That's how
Recommend.
it works.
Nice.
Something catches your eye, just like the summary. I'm like, we'll try it.
My
First
favorite.
2 episodes, like, okay, whether
Yeah.
you like it or not.
Sometimes you have to give it a little longer than a couple episodes, though. That's with like any show.
Yeah.
Like I've had a lot of shows, including anime and everything, where I've started and watched like, 3 episodes. I'm like,
That's what's happened to me with One Piece.
and then you come back and you
What part of
revisit
One
it,
Piece are
and you
at?
watch like that season, and you're like, I'm fucking hooked. And then you
Yep.
binge the whole thing. I've done that a dozen times probably.
I think that's how I do animes. If I like it a lot, I'll just it'll take me 2 days to watch the whole like season of 12 or 24, whatever, and then on to the next one after that.
Dude, that's how Seven Deadly Sins was for me.
Oh,
Because I was watching this CGI anime about a space pirate, and then I like checked out to go get some snacks, come back, and it popped up in the recommends, and I was like, you look really interesting. Whole thing in one day.
Yeah, dude, I watched that in like 2 days, all of it.
Dude, I was so bummed when
Say you
they...
haven't seen Seven
that's
Deadly
like-
Sins? It's
Oh,
good,
it
dude. I
is
was way
good.
surprised because I saw it's Netflix original. I'm like,
mhm.
I don't know about that. I skipped it probably like a bunch of times. Just went
Oh,
right
yeah,
over it, past it, and didn't think anything of it. And then I come back, I'm like, holy shit.
Even like the
For
first
one-
episode was just like
For one, like Merlin, dude. When you see Merlin, you're like,
fucking
all right,
badass.
All right.
No, you see
I'm
Merlin
not
come
into
rolling
this.
in, and you're like,
She's just
"Alright,
wearing like
let's
nothing.
get
You're
it."
like, all right. This got really good.
I think that one's probably my I don't want to say my top 5, but my top 10, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Probably
Because
like a top 10.
it's good.
And it's a
It's
Netflix
really good
exclusive?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix
Like,
original. Dude.
no-
That was
no-
way
no other
so
company
surprised.
3
involved.
seasons or 2 seasons? I can't remember.
They got 3 up now. Well, actually,
Is it
I'd say
two,
2.5 because Signs
Then
of Holy
there's a
War was
movie.
only 4 episodes long.
Was it? Okay. But still, though.
Mhm.
And the movie.
Yeah, and they got a
was
movie
the
too.
Sky Prison or something? Or
Mhm.
Oh, no, yeah.
Prisoners of
I
the
just
Sky,
recently
something like
watched that, yeah. It's
That
good.
was good.
That's what I got on
That's
my
like
list
after
right
a
now
little
is the movie. I just barely finished the 3rd season like 2 weeks ago, and that was freaking absolutely magnificent. That was a whole home run. I was
Yeah.
way surprised.
That's one for sure you gotta watch.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well,
It's
see, I need
way
to watch.
good.
I want to watch that Berserk and the new Castlevania one's supposed to be really
I
good.
love
My
that.
Not
friend
gonna
keeps
lie.
telling me to watch it, and I have yet to start it.
That's a
my
good one
God.
too,
And then
dude.
Berserk, that's the one that the old one, and then they redid, right?
Yeah, I keep having people say
So-
like watch it for some reason lately.
I
I-
haven't seen that.
Tried watching the old stuff. I didn't really get into it. I watched the movies,
Oh,
and
still the-
I like the
Damn,
movies.
someone.
I can't do the new anime either. Just the style,
No.
not my thing.
yeah, some of it's
It-
not great.
I watched a couple episodes of Berserk. I got in, and it's like it's good. I get why people like it, but like honestly, it's just kind of like not my speed really.
Mm.
It's kind of like just it felt like 100% of the time they were like problem. But I like it when like animes kind of chill for a sec and you get like a couple episodes
Take their
of
time
just fucking
to-
around.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I've always liked about anime is it
Mhm.
usually has like comedic relief and everything.
Dude, that's
It's
one
not
thing that's
all
sick.
just
Like
action or
even in the super
randomness.
serious ones, someone out of nowhere. is just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They do like the blown up head or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
even in like a really serious anime, something
Mhm.
crazy with just blood and gore. They're gonna be like some,
Try to
or
order
they
that
like
one.
shrink down really small and they get all pouty. Whatever it is, you know.
But yeah, we're talking about One Piece. One Piece for me, I've watched twice now. So I watched it like 4 or 5 years ago, and I got like 50 or 60 episodes in. And I was like, I just don't enjoy it.
It's
Yeah.
it's
but
hard.
I've heard if you stick with it,
I'm
it's
only,
so good.
I'm only a few, and I need to really watch it.
It's one of
when
those.
I watched it like streamed it recently, I only got a few in.
Yeah.
It's one of those that because it's so old that the animation from back then to now it's progressed so much, but the storyline he really takes his time on it. So I've also been reading the manga too, just because I'm really into that right now, and there's just the manga itself has so much detail that it doesn't show in the anime,
Mhm.
but it's just the show itself is really good, and
Is-
it's hard the first few.
Well, it's kind of like going
100
back and
episodes.
watching Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
exactly.
oh, this
and
is
that's something I want to do is watch
Yeah.
all of Dragon Ball.
because you're like,
and
oh,
get
this is
everything
good.
in.
This is important. There's a lot of story that's in just Dragon Ball,
Yeah,
but it's
so
it's
long.
slow. It's
and then there's the new
long.
stuff that's coming
Jesus.
out that I want to watch, but I'm like,
Which
I
with
want to
the
revisit the old stuff.
Dragon Ball
What's it
Super?
called? Yeah, Super.
I'm up to date with that.
And, not even close.
Wasn't paying attention talking about Dragon Ball and I juiced my hand.
It happens.
Dude, my homie
But
Elise,
One Piece,
like,
it's like you
those
said,
are
but
really
it you gotta watch the majority of it because there's a lot of things that they bring up later on,
In One Piece?
characters and stuff like that, or just pieces of information that I've missed, and I've had to go back or look online to what they were talking about. So, but it's really good.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about One Piece is like every character they kind of meet throughout the entire series. It's not like they have a minor role. They all end up playing like
Yeah.
a major part, and they do their part throughout the series. So it does a good job of involving everybody,
Right.
and it does a really good job on character development. Like the character development throughout that show is insane. Like Luffy kind of starts out like this little kind of like ragtag punk. I'm gonna be king of the pirates. That's all I want to be. And then at the end, he's like full-blown leadership level.
Right.
And he's like a real genuine leader, and it's fucking amazing to watch that whole transition throughout the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've always said I think that anime, and maybe it's just because they have the liberty of, doing crazy stuff because it is animated, but there's no better storytelling.
Yeah, that's
Like-
one of the best forms of storytelling.
Because, I mean, maybe it's because it just comes right from a comic book, a manga, but it's hard to beat. Like, you don't get flushed out in movies like that. You don't get flushed out in, like, a lot of TV shows like that. You don't get flushed out, and I mean some books obviously are flushed out because
There's
they
no limitation.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just nice because you can, like you said, the character development in some of these shows are just
It's
crazy.
unreal, man. Like, it really does a good... Like, anime does a good job of hooking you into the character roots.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like is, like... You know, a lot of TV shows nowadays, they're just kind of focused on only comic relief and shit like that. Especially, like, comedy shows, they're not even really, like, that funny to me anymore, because it's all just slapstick shit.
Yeah.
Well, and if you like a lot of stuff that people really like, you take out the laugh track, it ain't funny.
Oh,
They're
really?
telling you when to laugh.
That
Yeah,
fucking.
dude. Laugh track's bugging me.
What's the popular one? Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
If you take the
Big
laugh
Bang
track
Theory,
off
no
that,
laugh track, fucking
that show is
terrible,
awful.
dude. Awkward as shit. They're
My
pausing for
favorite
laughs
thing is
and
how
everything.
They try to focus so hard on making intelligent jokes, but like because everybody in that show's a physicist, only people with PhDs are gonna actually
Right.
understand the humor.
Well, and just like in anime with TV shows, I like when the humor's not like they're like, "Hey, knock knock, haha," and then they look at the camera. Like I just binge watched Atlanta.
Or just sit there and pause, and it's
Oh
just
my
like the
goodness.
reaction.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Atlanta fucking cracked me up.
Atlanta
There were
was so
many
good, 'cause
moments
it was
where so
like-
funny.
Yeah, like they would just be having like they'd just be living their lives, and they're just something would happen and be fucking hilarious.
Dude, when Darius meets their fucking version of Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
that
I was
episode was great.
dying so hard, dude.
But yeah, watch Atlanta if you like kind of that.
I was gonna say that's one show that I've been meaning to like
They
Never
do
heard of
look at.
They do a good job of keeping it like dramatic because it's like it's all real life shit they're dealing with. But
Yeah.
like all the comical shit, it's like something that would happen in real life, but you just kind of like you'd have to be in a blown situation to really do that.
Yeah. When they take the anime approach too, where like randomly throughout the two, because there's only like 30 episodes or whatever. Randomly through, they'll put in a filler episode that doesn't have anything to do with the main story, and it's just like wild as shit. Like one of the main characters' name is Darius. He goes to go get this piano for free from some dude, and he ends up being this like crazy psychopath, like.
He like keeps
Creepy
his
dude.
brother locked up in the
Yeah.
basement because he has this disease where if he gets like outside, the sun's gonna burn his skin off or something.
Dang.
Oh my god, dude, that episode like
fucking
scarred
weird.
my soul.
We used it as a background too, like 2 nights ago.
Oh
But,
my god.
I just love that it's Donald Glover in whiteface.
My favorite is how good of a job he does. Like right as he comes on screen, like I was like, damn, you guys really did a good job portraying the creepy side of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like they make you like fear Michael Jackson almost because
Yeah,
he whenever he talks, he's like, well,
Yeah.
my brother and I we've lived together very, very long.
It's true.
So my brother, is an amazing pianist.
He's just creepy as fuck, dude.
It's like, it just gives you those vibes, man. Like he puts off the vibe where he's that guy that would come up to you at the bar and put his arm around you and be like, "You see that girl over there? I'm gonna buy her a drink." But instead of like it being a regular dude, it's like this guy and he's like, "Hey, you see that guy over there? I'm gonna chain him to a chair."
I'm gonna chain him to a chair. So, what do you guys, for like personally, what's your favorite like type of anime? Because there's so many different types. There's so many different variations you can go into. Is there one that stands out?
I feel like it kind of depends on my mood. Lately, I've been in a really mythological phase, so I've been watching a lot of fairy tale, a lot of Seven Deadly Sins, and a lot of Sinbad, because they're both like more like mystical, magical aspects of it. But especially fairy tale, like I just kind of just barely found that because I always saw it, but I never really took the time to watch it.
Finish it.
Mhm.
It's a good one.
That's what my plan is, dude. Right now, I'm at where they get to the Spirit Tower.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving every second of it. Oh my god, it is so good,
It
dude.
is. There's some episodes in there that kind of like probably like 5 or 6 in a row almost that are almost shouldn't be in there, that are kind of boring, but they're still good only because it's just information for later.
Right.
Like, what was the mission before they went and learned how they were using the moon to steal its energy or some shit like that? It was like, I remember because they were just going to that moon place, and then they got caught sidetracked on this other mission because someone was trying to fucking destroy a whole town with a flute.
What?
I was like, what does this have to do with anything? Like, it was just complete filler, but they did a good job of like kind of masking it in almost, because like instead of them just being like, oh shit, you guys need help. It's like they're fucking just traveling, and like something affects them, and they're like, oh, we should kind of investigate that more. And then they unravel this whole giant conspiracy to destroy this town.
Right.
Hmm.
See, now, what's the little cat's name in that? Happy?
Yeah,
I like
happy
him.
dude.
He's cute. Now, that one's more... They're wizards and sorcerers, right?
So it's like, this is what I like about it, because it's not like your average take on magic. Like, instead of someone just being like, oh, I'm a wizard, I can do all these spells. There are different, like, types and classes of magicians. And, like,
They're each
wizards.
their own. Honestly, I would think it's very
Mhm.
hard to find someone that has the same type of magic as another, except for those. I would almost call them like legendary or like really high or hard to.
The ones where the Grandmaster wizards and shit like
Yeah,
that.
or like Natu and the dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Slayer, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
There's like 4 of them, but only 4 of them.
Mm.
That's really the only ones you really see.
And like each of them is a different element too, so it's kind of like they follow dragon mythologicalness
Right.
with it, and like the mythology aspect of it, because they're like different elemental dragons, but there's only like a certain amount. But the best part is like none of them like know where their dragons are.
Oh, shit.
That's one thing I like. I hope they delve more into Natu's relationship with the dragon that raised him, because that was like gold. They like give you a little taste, and you're like, oh my god, this looks so cute.
Remember when who was it? I think it was Maverick with
Oh,
Naruto.
yeah. So,
Same exact thing.
we were saying we have a friend who's been on, and he just recently got an anime, and he started with Naruto, right?
best
No.
one to honestly start with.
Yeah, best one.
That's
for
the
sure.
one I started with, and that is my number one on my list, just because
Yeah,
that's
it's so.
It's
good.
so fucking good, dude.
what I grew up with.
But so, I got into anime when I was younger with my dad. My dad liked Cowboy Bebop and Dragon Ball Z, and then after I watched those two, I kind of like just faded out of anime because like I didn't know where to get it because when I was younger.
So
Besides
hard to get
Toonami,
that, and you
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
There were some websites you could go on and like download stuff. I remember I was at your old house and we were like downloading Dragon Ball Z episodes or something like that.
That gets sketchy though, man.
Yeah,
you
it gets
like,
really
download
sketchy.
some Dragon Ball Z, and next thing you know, you got a video of a lady putting basketballs inside of her. And
Yeah.
you're like,
So
"What?"
when I was younger, I was way into I was into like all the Toonami stuff. I was watching
Yeah.
Toonami a ton. I was like, I was probably like 7, 8, maybe 9, like. Probably that's like topping out how old I was.
Yeah.
And we went over to my parents' friend's house. They had like a get together or whatever, a barbecue. And the guy their friend was really into anime. And I was like looking at his collection or whatever. And he's like, here, you can borrow one. And he gave me one. I think it was called Ninja or Samurai. It was just one word. It was like Ninja or Samurai. And dude, I watched like the first episode, dude, and this guy does this crazy ritual where he fucks a girl to death.
Oh!
And she explodes. She explodes, dude. I was like, what the fuck is this?
This is
I
anime?
was like, are you kidding me? I was like scared, dude. I think I like shut it off. I was like, what the fuck just happened? But then I think he like somehow out of like her remains or something, or maybe he raped her really brutally, and then she exploded, like giving birth to a demon or something. Dude, it was
That's
crazy.
even worse.
Yeah, that's
no, it was
hardcore as fuck.
something crazy like that. I don't know what the hell happened to
Didn't
the
know
thing.
he
I
was
didn't give it back to the guy. I was like, what the fuck is this? I think I like stashed it somewhere and forgot about it.
Damn.
He like burns it. He's like, gotta get rid of the mental image.
I wonder if
Get rid of the evidence.
is that a genre
My
I
parents
don't
find
know.
this, I'm dead.
Just
It's like-
metal ass anime.
Dude, it was good to an 8-year-old. I was like, what the fuck? You know what you gave me.
He's like, oh my
He's
god.
on the
Time to ruin this kid. Take this anime.
Time to destroy his innocence.
Dude, this lady on Facebook like hit me up at 2 a.m, and I was allegedly under the influence of some powerful things. And I'm like sitting there trying to figure out how to use my phone right, but all I read is, "Yo, you should watch Elfin Lied." And I'm like, ooh, that sounds good. I'm like, let's get into it. Nah, first like fucking 10 minutes of the whole series, just the naked chick floating around, fucking dismembering
Oh my God,
everybody
yeah.
in this
Yeah.
entire building, dude. And I'm just sitting there like, what
the fuck?
am I watching? And like, you can just hear all these brutal sounds, dude.
Yeah.
Like, my homeboy wakes up, and sticks his head in, and he's like, I've been sitting here for an hour and a half just listening. What in the actual fuck are you watching? And I'm like, anime, and he
That's
just,
hilarious.
what the fuck? And just walks back into his room.
The only anime I ever watched when I was under the influence was Dead Man Wonderland.
Oh, that
Oh
sounds
my
like
God,
it'd be
that
so
is-
good, though.
That is an awesome show.
Yeah, that
and
show's-
I hate that they haven't done the second season of that.
That show was
Dude,
fucking
it's like-
wild,
That is
though.
recommended for sure.
I feel like they're going to Black Lagoon it, where they're like, all right, we're going to
Mm.
give you a taste of the story, never do it again.
That's
Yeah.
what happened. I mean,
That's
the
what-
last time they touched that was
I mean,
6-7 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're never ever going to finish Dead Man
And it was
Wonderland.
popular, too. Dead Man Wonderland was popular as shit.
That's why I
But-
don't get that they didn't do a second season. Like, I understand if they were like, oh man, this is actually pretty brutal for television. I don't know
Yeah,
if we
it was.
can get into it, but like, all in all, let's be real. Blood is magic powers? Fuck yeah. Down with
Yeah.
that.
I just
Yeah.
remember I was like, I smoked a lot of the cabbage, and I was just like in that weird like paranoid state, and turned that one on, and like the first like 10 minutes, some floating dude goes into like a junior high school and just murders this whole entire classroom. I was like, oh, what is going on?
Like 5 minutes after that, you're just watching this innocent kid just get fucking wrecked for it.
Yeah.
That was a good one though. But yeah, we were talking about genres. What I know you have quite a variety of stuff. You
Oh,
watch.
I change so much, but
Yeah.
I think what I'm into, for the most part, it's just like adventure / like eventually overpowered
Yeah.
main character, and just like a good storyline. Like I don't mind if it takes a long time as long as they continue it.
Right.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
That's usually what I'm into.
Same type of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I like obviously Cowboy Bebop, that style,
Yeah,
that
it's
old school,
fantastic.
the classic,
I
really
started-
artistic stuff.
Yeah.
I love that. And then like I guess a lot of what I've been watching lately is stuff like Death Note and Parasite Maxim. Have you ever seen that one? That one's fucking cool.
Which one?
Parasite Maxim.
Oh my god.
That one's
Yeah, that
fucking
was
good.
cool. I think I have a little ways to go on it till I'm done with it. But
I think
yeah.
that would be probably in my top 5, honestly.
That's a
because
fucking good
Parasite
one.
it
was
is
good.
fucking
There's one
amazing.
scene where this guy, he's like, he looks kind of like a bodybuilder, kind of. They like take his body over, and they're like trying to test out. So basically, it's these parasites that take over a person, and they
Calm
like
down.
totally infest their brain, and they take control, and they can like whatever part they infest. The protagonist, it got his hand, and it couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
It couldn't get past his hand.
Oh,
'cause
I've
he,
seen
like,
clips of this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Isn't there
have
like
you
a
seen the
fucked
one-
up scene where like some dude's head like
Yeah,
opens
just
up
yeah.
and
Yeah. They can like morph whatever body part they're a part of. But there's this one episode where this guy like he looks like kind of like a bodybuilder, just like in like some short gym shorts and like a tank top or whatever, and he runs up to this like a yakuza like
Building.
safe house whatever, and he just the people in front are like, get the fuck out of here, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Because he looks like an innocent dude, like just kind of
Right.
like an innocent bodybuilder, and he's like not even armed, and he's like, you're not even armed, and he's like fucking with them, just not standing down, and then he just like smashes one dude's head against the wall, and the other dude's like, oh, and then like
Just
he just
pops
like
off.
he just pops off, just starts cutting heads off, just crazy stuff, just smashing everybody
Christ.
against.
That is
Yeah.
one.
So brutal, dude.
that's-
Was the
Yeah.
story
It's kinda
good
like-
though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
way good, and
It's
it's
like-
brutal.
It's like, have you ever seen The Thing?
Yeah.
Imagine The Thing, but instead of it invading a space station and killing everyone, he becomes a superhero.
Oh fuck. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
The Thing
It's
was
fucking,
good.
it's intense, dude. Like that's one thing I like about it is because like that's just what it reminds you of because they don't like morph into other things or anything. They just morph into brutal, grotesque monsters, dude.
Right.
It's so fucking
Mhm.
intense.
Did you guys watch the one Black Bullet?
Mm-mm.
I kind of like that one.
Remind me again.
There was the problem with it is it ended and there still isn't a second season. There was a lot of like plot, like 4 or 5 plot stories going on in just 12 episodes, so it was kind of hard. But if I remember right, there's like this group of almost like special agents, and then they have like a sidekick.
Oh yeah.
Usually they're lowlies,
I
but
watched that one.
they are in charge of kind of stopping crime, but also stopping this weird like outer space monsters from taking over their cities and stuff. It was really good, but it kind of reminds me of that like brutal, fucked up, like just over the top. People
Yeah.
getting destroyed.
Bloody and Darkness, I think Parasite is a lot more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
If
that's
you-
one of the most.
If
It's just like a darker anime, without just being
100% dark.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
It's
with a
like-
good story.
Well,
with
so
the good.
It's got like the same kind of thing going for it that Death Note has, where it's like
Yeah.
like a real, like basically the picture perfect civilian that you
Mhm.
can imagine, just total cookie
Random.
cutter person
Mhm.
that's doing as perfect as they possibly can, or pretty good, and then they're given god powers.
Yep.
Right.
They're like you're a god
Yeah,
basically.
here you go.
And you can rule
And-
whatever you want, and here's immense power. And they're just like an innocent person, and then like they take it and they're trying to do good the best they can, but sometimes like they struggle with that balance of good and evil, and like Death Note goes full evil
Oh yeah,
eventually. And
that one was a good one. I randomly just started that one a while ago, and
I watched it
watched
just
it.
barely.
Let's be honest
Just barely.
though. Death Note should have ended 5 episodes before it did.
Yes. No, dude, the last one. It just needed to end like in that warehouse, and I would have been fine with the suspense of not
Yeah.
knowing what happened. And that's it. Like it could have ended there, and I'd have been like, all right, I'll accept it.
So let's give a spoiler alert or spoiler warning for anyone watching. If you haven't seen Death Note yet, we're going to talk about it. With that being said, when they killed off L, that's where they should have just tried to end the series. Because when they threw in the fact that he like went to this academy and now there's
Yeah.
like multiple L's and
yeah,
like,
that's true. That part could have
And I
probably
was-
been the part that got
Yeah.
left out.
and I was
'cause-
kind of like, that's pointless. And then when it, like obviously the whole thing, like you're seeing the descent of Light going just fucking
yeah,
mad with power.
it almost seems like it wrapped up too quick.
It felt like it wrapped up too quick, and I felt like he lost his intelligence
Yeah, exactly.
in a weird way.
They just
I mean,
gave it the
obvious-
Breaking Bad ending where you spend all this time getting so
Yeah.
developed in the main guy, and then at the end they just throw you a fat curveball and
Yeah.
it just dies.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
I
think
would've-
it's like they're wrapping up too early, dude. Because
Like-
it seems like it just like they threw in that academy stuff after L was gone, and just to kind of like, all right, here's our outro, basically.
It's probably like
That's
we
how I
have
view it.
this
Yeah.
amount of extra money. Do something with it.
Right.
Yeah,
Should
Yeah.
just pocketed
we're shutting it down.
We have
Wrap it
to
up.
go over budget so they give us more money. What should we do? Let's just fuck the whole storyline right in the ass.
Well, now I did hear a rumor, because one of my favorite animes of all time is Full Metal Alchemist,
Yeah.
but it's Brotherhood that I like. I don't
Yeah.
like the original one.
Yeah. I like both of them, but
Yeah,
yeah,
both of
Brotherhood
them are
definitely
good.
was way better.
I've
and I watched
heard-
Brotherhood after.
Yeah. See, I watched Brotherhood first.
Yeah,
I was pumped, but I've heard like through like blogs and different things that they're gonna make a Death Note Brotherhood type thing where
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff's the same and you're still gonna get that impact, but they're gonna change like how they direct the ending.
Yeah,
And the Death Note movie blew dick. I don't care what anyone says.
dude, that
Well,
movie
that's
was
just- that's
horrible.
just-
That was a bad idea.
That
If
was
anybody
that
ever
was a
walks
bad
up and says
movie.
they like that movie, it's only because they want to suck that wolf stick.
True. Or they've never watched any anime before and they just
Mhm.
put it on. They're like, oh, this is kind of weird and cool.
They're like, damn,
Yeah.
who's this guy running around in a black suit? I kind of
Yeah.
like him. He flies, kills
Yeah.
people. Let's get it.
Is that Mr. Defoe?
is that Willem Dafoe?
Yeah,
You know, that sounds a lot like Willem Dafoe. It's totally gotta be. Dude, like, I started that, and then right up when fucking L meets Ryu, and he is just screaming like he just fucking saw someone get murdered the whole time. I was like, okay, this is not at all how this
No.
happened.
Yeah, I watched
Like,
that before I watched the anime.
Oh, no.
I mean, I was like, cool premise, but
Yeah.
what the fuck, dude?
You sit
This
there
shit's
like, why is
long.
the main character such a little pussy about
Yeah.
everything?
yeah, exactly.
That was
Yeah,
the-
when I watched the anime, I was like, whoa, he's a badass in this
Mhm.
one. Light's fucking sweet.
Dude, it's because, like, in the anime, he was stone cold.
Yeah.
Stone cold bastard.
Yeah.
man.
Exactly.
Like, you can't fucking
But you
take a
can
stone
tell
cold
that
character.
he was a psychopath before he
Mhm.
got it. He already had those
Dude,
tendencies.
he already
super
had all the
neat,
tendencies. He
super
didn't fucking talk to
yeah.
anybody. He just fucking kept to himself. Like, that was totally perfect
Mysterious.
setup for it.
Yeah. Thank you for the host, Go Eagles. We appreciate that.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's that was what I really liked about the animes because Light was so just
dark.
he was dark, but he kind of like how in the TV show Dexter, like
Yeah, it's
he
just like
gave
that.
himself a moral code, and he's like, this is like I'm doing the right thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and like put yourself in that position, like
Watching
It got out
the
of hand
movie-
when he had to start covering his ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If he never had to start covering his ass, if he would have just kind of, because he gave away a little bit, he let a little bit too much go to kind of, and he was trying to like, I think that
He started
you know,
getting
he was
addicted
going like
to it.
psychopathic tendencies where he's trying to feel something, he's trying to get exhilarated, and he's got to like give a little bit so there's just that edge.
Then
He's
it's
got to
right.
give it away.
It was too
With
easy.
that, it's like
Because
it's
that's when he
just
got
like
the craziest
Dexter
was
at
at
that
the end
point.
where he's just like, you know, when they're silent, they're just having that stare down in the warehouse, and he's just like, his mind's racing, and you just hear him like screaming in his head, he's like, I got you now, motherfucker,
Right.
basically, and then, yeah, and then he that's like, he was trying to get that adrenaline rush,
Right.
but it brought him too close to the sun.
It's true. It's true.
That's what I like is because he was the Icarus, man. He was
Yeah,
totally an
yeah.
Icarus. He fucking got the power, and he was like, you know what? I can get more and more and more of this. He's like,
Mhm.
no one can fucking tell me what to do. You
I'm
wanna
gonna
get
be
in my
the-
way? I'm
the
gonna write
leader
your
of
name
the
in
new
this book,
world.
bitch.
Right. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
What's he
create
gonna-
the new world, and I'm gonna.
What are you
lead it.
gonna do? Write my name?
See, and if I could rate Death Note, it would be in my top 5 the first 20 episodes, but the ending put it out of my top 5. Sadly,
That's true. I don't hold the
I've never-
opinion against it as much. It sucked, but that show was just so fucking good, dude.
because there's not many shows for me personally where like I turned it on, I watched like the first 3 episodes, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be up for the next 30 hours.
Yeah,
And I watched the whole thing in the same day, and I was
I
like,
watched it in like 2 goes.
yeah, and I was like, this is phenomenal until it
You know-
becomes not.
If you want a series that does a good job of kind of like taking some average guy and just throwing him in a fucked up situation, it's called Black Lagoon, right?
Okay.
It surrounds this guy. Like, I don't know his full names, you know, Japanese names, they're all fucking whack, but he calls him by, like, they all call him Rock for most of it. And, like, it opens up, and he's just this white-collar business guy, and his ship got taken captive by pirates, and so he's, like, sitting there shitting bricks. Like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? And then he ends up helping the pirates steal from that same ship, and at the end they're like, well, why don't you just come join our crew? And he's like, well, I don't want to be a pirate. And they're like, we're not pirates, we're delivery boys. Except they only like deliver super illegal shit, but it like
Right.
it does such a fucking good job of like showing you how twisted someone's mind can be when they get taken out of a regular situation and they're put in a whole new lifestyle. Because he's so used to the white collar just being who he is, and through the whole series he's like, why am I doing this? This is what fucking sinners and what evil people do. He's like, I'm a fucking businessman. This is what I should be doing.
Right.
And like it gets really good because at one point he goes back to Japan, and so he gets a little taste of that city life. But you like see him because he gets to the city and he's back in it, but he doesn't want to be in it.
Right.
He just wants to be like a pirate. And it just does such a good fucking job of showing his like internal battles with himself and how he truly just ends up becoming a stone cold bastard.
Right.
And he like has this love connection with this lady named Revi, who is already a stone cold bastard. So it's just so interesting how their relationship works and just drags you in and consumes you, man.
I love it. See, and I love when that happens because you just crave more and more and more.
And I like it because it's like it's not always them like going out and doing like just all this belligerent shit. There are a good couple episodes where they're just chilling in the town, or like they'll go out to dinner or something and someone just starts shooting the restaurant up because they live in like one of the most dangerous fucking cities ever.
Right.
It's like nothing but gangsters and thugs, and you just see him sitting there like, oh my god, how did I get in this? Why the fuck am I doing this? He's like, I shouldn't be here. I'm getting shot at. He's like, I should be doing paperwork. And then he like looks down and picks up a deagle and blasts this guy in the
Right.
face, and he's just like, I like that.
Dude, that feels fucking good.
He's like, this is
that
fucking
shouldn't feel
power.
good, but
Dude, it's like, it's so great because you just see him become this fucking stone cold, just piece of shit human being that's just
Love
only out there for the money and the gold.
see, and it's stuff like that too where I think that hits home for a lot of people because I think everyone has that weird fantasy of like, God, you know how crazy life would be if I was just a fucking
Went off the
Just a
edge.
Yeah.
fucking
Off the rails.
gangster. That's
Yeah.
why, dude. That's why I feel like so many people are so crazy in this world. Like, dude, have you been
Yeah.
keeping up with news in Ogden lately?
no, I haven't.
In the past 6 months, there's been like 5 shootings alone.
Murder.
Like the last one, sadly, I met the kid who was involved with the last one. I met him once. He's affiliated in illegal matters we don't need to speak of.
Yeah.
And so 2 guys came into his house trying to get his shit right, and they shot his little brother point blank in the head and shot him 4 times.
Oh, that story. Yeah, I saw that on the news.
Yeah, dude, I met that kid.
Was it the one with like his the guy that was shooting, one of the guys was good friends with one of the kids in there.
Yeah, that's why they came in, because they knew what he had and they knew what he did, and so they came in looking for everything, and like, like the news totally like
Twisted it.
yeah. So what they said it was over a girl, but
It was over illegal stuff.
yeah, all over.
Well, it was the
it
same
was-
situation as that the other one with a person that we know. People knew what they had, and they thought no one was home.
Mhm.
The girl was home, and she heard people breaking in. They left. She called her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was coming over. They decided to come back and steal even more, or look for
no.
more. At the time, the guy was pulling up and got one of the guys on like a headlock or something. The other guy goes up to him with some gun and just shoots him in the chest.
Dude, it's so brutal, man. Like they came and they broke into the house while everyone was asleep or some shit like that, and like just fucking shot up the whole place, dude. And now that kid's mom is sitting there. I'm pretty sure he's still in ICU about it. Like this happened like
The
probably,
older
like-
one, right? Because
Mhm.
the younger one died. He
The
was
younger
only
one
there because he
died
was
instantly.
sick, so he stayed home.
Oh.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
they I think according to the report, he got like 2 shots in the chest and then 1 point blank in the head,
Damn.
and the one in the head just killed him instantly.
Right.
Other guy, 4 shots in the chest. He's been in like ICU for like the past 3 weeks, I think. But
Battling.
they've been talking about how he's gonna pull through, which is really
That's
good.
They
amazing.
caught one of the guys, but
They
I
just
don't
barely
know.
caught the other
Did
guy.
they?
Oh,
Mhm.
good.
So they got the first guy like hours after it
Yeah.
happened, and then the second guy was on like a manhunt for like a week, and they finally got him, and now they're both facing life
It
behind
said
bars.
that they were there just dying like 2 hours before the dad comes home and then just sees what's like his kids on the floor.
Oh, wow.
You know how brutal that'd be, dude? Coming home to see both your kids just sitting there with bullet holes, dude. Like, oh my gosh, man.
That'd
Like-
be tragic.
Dude, it breaks my heart. Like, it really does break my heart, especially in his case, because like, people do like that line of business because they want to make money.
Mm.
But it kind of sucks because you kind of get like enveloped in it, and that becomes like your only way of making money. And
Well,
like,
and it's usually brought about from hard times, from
Mhm.
struggle. And,
Yeah.
That's
And,
why
like-
you get into that.
that's what sucks, dude. Like, especially because like, there's like a universal known law: when you graduate from cabbage school, you gotta get a gun.
Right. Right. Of course.
And so like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like that's such a terrible thing, especially up in like Ogden, dude. Like, that city was already sketchy enough. We don't need more people going out and doing shootings now. And what sucks is like that's how Ogden's been, and nobody really like shines a light on it. But now that there's so much social media everywhere, it blows up all over the place. So
Right.
people are kind of like actually starting to realize what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And for those of you listening, we're in Utah, and Utah's not what you guys think.
Yeah, so like you got like Salt Lake, which is like the area we're all around. That's like your regular Joes, your working class, and all your partiers and stuff like that. And then you got West Valley, which is on the other side of the freeway. That's kind of sketchy territory. But then
Yeah.
you start going up to like the city up north called Ogden. That's super sketchy area. That's where like a lot of violent things happen there. Or like even in Granger, Utah. Granger's
Yeah.
pretty dangerous too. Like everybody always pictures Utah as like a nice little white collar society. We're the same as
For a
every
little
other
known
state.
town, dude, for a little known city,
Mhm.
it's fucking crazy.
It gets fucking wild up here.
It's
Like,
like-
even in this like hometown of Bountiful, where everybody's just LDS and shit like that, you still can get in some hairy situations.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, they said that they caught a guy that was a bishop.
Oh,
over in
the sex
Provo.
trafficker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
He's a
my
bishop. I was
goodness.
just like, what the fuck?
There's
Yeah.
lots of sex trafficking in Utah, and I started hearing the stories of it, and I
I
was
said
wondering.
we're actually pretty bad with that right now.
Well, I was wondering why, and apparently what people say online is a lot of East Coast states come to Utah with people they're trying to traffic, and they exchange them to people to go to either California or Mexico, and that's where they're going to drop them off. So they stop in Utah because it's kind of like a less stressed state where they feel a little bit more, feel like they could get away with it easier.
Mhm.
And they come through Utah, switch people around. Like I don't know anything about how you traffic people, but you know, like they'll.
Yeah, just,
I assume
Yeah.
it
Just
go
involves-
keys
oh
over
yeah,
there.
then you
Yeah.
call this
involves a lot of
guy.
trucks, and it involves a lot of sneaking around.
Yeah, but I heard that they come to Utah as like a halfway point
Yeah, I can believe it though. Utah's pretty wild sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
we have this concert like place in Salt Lake called the Complex, and this year it was found out that the entire thing was built on drug money, and that they were selling a bunch of drugs out of it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like,
Was anyone really shocked when they heard that story?
dude, I wasn't shocked at all. Like, dude, you already know they were doing that. You know, they don't concert at the Complex.
Yeah.
They don't fucking pat you down. They don't give a fuck.
They
what
do
you
now, though. Me and Manuel went to it was
There's
Red
a really like.
I just remember
good-
he kept
yeah,
shit on your
dude.
e-cig.
Oh yeah, that's one different thing that they did is they grabbed my e-cig that all right, you're good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, they're getting
Smelled it.
smarter, man. Dude, I swear, I was driving up in Roy, and this cop followed me for like 2 miles, and I swear it was because he saw me hit the cart, and
Yeah.
he was just like, I know what you're doing, dude. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, if you pull me over, you are seriously gonna be in for a lot more than your bar. You're gonna walk up and be like, license and registration. I'm gonna be like, you've been following me for over 2 miles. You know, after you follow me after 1 mile, it's considered harassment. I'm gonna need your badge number and your dispatch number.
He's like, oh, have a wonderful day.
Actually, I don't want to deal with you. This is going to involve a lot of people.
I just was wondering if you were having a wonderful day, my good sir.
It's like, I see your tire
Get
was
back in
low.
your
Do you
car.
need help?
Right.
Yeah.
No, my least favorite thing, I got in a car accident recently. There was a bad storm, and like there was a car crash, so everybody came to a sudden stop. And I stopped and I slid and hit this guy's trailer. But like literally dent of grapefruit on his. So of course he gets out and he's like, we don't need to report this. He's like, we don't need to do nothing. And so we're just sitting there looking at the cars, and like all the cops from this accident that is like probably half a block up the freeway start driving down and coming up to us. And they're like,
shit.
you guys want to report this? Hey, you guys need our help? And we're all just like, no, go. And like one of them was just so persistent, dude. He's just like, you sure you don't want to report this? And like even the guy I hit was like, no, I don't. And I'm just like, dude, he said he doesn't want to report this. Quit trying to dig around. I'm like,
Yeah.
we fucking got this, man.
Yeah, we're
It's
good.
like we got nothing
There's
else
a lot
to
of things
do.
that we as the people can just take care of on our own. We don't need a cop to come in for a little fender bender.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like,
exactly.
That's one thing that bugs me. Like, I don't think I'll ever call the cops if it's just a fender bender.
No.
Because like I can just like put a claim on my insurance and
Unless
just be done with
it's
it.
on them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I have had a few friends where that same situation happens. You know, they get hit, and you know the old lady or something happens. Like, oh yeah, you know, we'll take care of it. Insurance are gonna work it out. She disappears.
Yeah, you got to get the information if you're going to let it go.
Even
That's
in
how
the
it is.
information,
The
because
last time
yeah,
Last time I got in one, I was like, give me your proof of insurance, give me documentation so I can write it down, so I
Right.
have a contact with you, and I even verified a phone number with them, verified their insurance and everything, and I was like, all right, it's good, I'm good. My neck's a little sore, fucked up my car, but my car's not even worth. You know, it's like it's supposed to be like $5,000. Anything over $5,000, you're supposed to report.
Right.
Or whatever. My car's not even worth $1,000, really. So I was like, all right. whatever.
See, now I've had the flip side of things where I decided to be a decent human being and they tried to fuck me.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are familiar, there's a Panda Express right where, like, a block away from us.
Yeah. 500.
Yeah, and their parking lot isn't the best parking lot in the
No.
world. It's a little weird.
It's
So-
fucking trash.
Yeah, so I was pulling out and I scraped some guy's truck with my car.
Mm-hmm.
No dents, no like real damage. Honestly, if I had a buffer, I would have just buffed it out and just left. But I was like, okay, well, I'll go in and tell him. So I went in and I found the employee whose truck it was, and she was just like a little 16-year-old girl. It was her dad's truck. And she's like, okay, well, I'll call him. And then we exchanged insurance information. All was fine, right? So I get a call from, and I took pictures of it. Like I made sure, like, you know, because it was an old-ass truck.
thing that saves you.
Right. So went home, called my insurance, told them what happened, sent them the picture, and like, oh, it's not bad. Okay, we'll just call him and take care of it. The guy tried claiming that I took off his bumper, did like $3,000 to $4,000 worth of damage to his car, and like all this type of shit. So he was trying to like get his car fixed
Yeah.
with my scrape. And the best part of it is the insurance guy, like, he sent me the call, like the voicemail of like what the guy was saying, and the insurance guy was like, yeah, he's not getting any of that. Like, you sent me the pictures, like, we're not even gonna claim it. But it just sucks because, like, you know, on the flip side of it, sometimes people try to be like do the right thing, because I could have just drove off and no one would ever notice.
Yeah.
But it sucks that people try to take advantage of people
That sort of
making the
situation.
better
Right,
decision.
Yeah.
I feel like with me, it depends on how much damage is done to my car. Like,
Right.
if it's just like, oh, I got a dent, I'm most likely not going to call the cops. Because that's just, like, not something I really feel like you need to get involved in. Especially
I hate
because,
dealing
like,
with cops, dude.
yeah, and, like, I've been in the situation where, like, you total someone's car and you get slapped with a ticket. And, like,
Yeah.
those tickets ain't cheap, man. And so, like, I just look at it, it's like, well, does this person really need the cops? It's also, like, a judge of character, too. Like, if someone gets out of the car and is like, oh my god, you fucking jackass, fucking come up and hit my car, that's what I'm gonna be like, cops are coming, buddy. You already signed that ticket.
Yeah.
Or, like, if they get out and you can just tell they're shook and they're just like, I am so sorry. That's when I'm like, okay, I'll be nice this time.
Yep.
My favorite is when they get out and they just say, I don't have insurance. Please don't call the cops. Or this one guy rear-ended me, like, just very, very lightly, where, like, our cars just kind of kiss. And so I get out, he gets out, and he looks at me, and he's like, I got a whole lot of cabbage in my car. We can't call the police. And I look at him, and I'm like, same.
Same.
And
I
he's
love
just
that.
like, so we good? And I'm like, we good. And I was like, but you just had to promise me that you watch where you're going. Because he dead out, like, I'm pulling up in front of this truck. And, like, granted, the truck kind of blocks it. But, like, I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at him because he's just coming back. And I'm like, this guy... Oh shit, he ain't stopping. And so I'm like putting it in reverse, and I just see him coming up, like honking the shit out of my horn. I'm like, don't do it! And he just like, dink. And I'm like, oh, thank God, we're good.
I remember telling you when you told last time you were here, I was like, you should have just told him you had to give him all of his cabbage to you. Hey, we're all
Yo,
good,
man.
but I need all your cabbage.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
need
need
all
to
that
go.
cabbage if you don't want the police around here. He's
I'm a
sitting there
hungry
like,
rabbit.
my friends call me Bugs Bunny.
What
should I
sucks
say?
is, have you guys ever had a car totaled?
Yeah. I was turning left up at the Phil down on 500, and right as I turned left, this lady like was just barreling down the freeway, and she was like probably 10 feet away, and I just stared and watched her smash my car, man. Shifted the whole engine 2 feet to the right. We all had like concussions and shit. It was
Yeah.
so gnarly, dude.
I was.
And she,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, the worst part was she like was just pissed, and she didn't speak any English. She spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
And, like, I ain't gonna lie, the only thing I understood was she probably called me a bitch, like, 5 times.
Yeah.
It was like, she was just going off. And I was like, and I'm like, what? Why you gotta call me a bitch? I'm like, I didn't even mean to do this. I promise.
Right.
And, like, it was fucking weird, because her husband was like, I'm really sorry for what my wife said to you. He's like, we're all okay, everything's fine, we're good. And I'm like, why are you so polite?
Right.
But then you got fucking
usually what
Charles
happens.
Manson over here trying to fucking skin me alive.
See, it kind of sucks because I got in a car crash that was the other person's fault, and it totaled my car. And it seems like if you don't sue people, which I didn't, because I just didn't. I don't know. I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. You kind of get fucked, because like, so I was going up.
Bills and all that.
Kinda. So I was going up 1500 south, and I legit thought like it was one of my friends fucking with me, and they started swerving into my lane, and it's like a two-way lane, and I thought it was just someone fucking with me, and then I realized like, oh, they're way too close to be fucking with me, and like I tried to swerve out of the way, and she just hit me head on. We were both going like 30, and it fucked my car up bad. Like,
Was she drunk?
well, that's the thing. She had like 4 kids in the car too, like little kids.
Distracted.
This, dude, it's this.
I don't know what she did,
I
but
bet you, dude.
like I wasn't too fucked up. Like it was crazy. I have pictures somewhere, but where the seatbelt was across my bottom of my stomach and my chest, it was so bruised it turned green, and
Ooh.
like I had some
Dang,
burns
dude.
from the whatchamacallit, the bag,
Airbag.
but
Dude, my airbag didn't even go off when I got hit.
Yeah,
We just hit the window and
last
spun
accident I got in,
out.
well, pretty much the only one, but it totaled out. It was in a Geo, and it fucking totaled the shit out of it. Like
Yeah.
the whole back end was scooted forward like 2 feet. But if it was still drivable, I drove it out of there, dude. I had to like zip tie the bumper up and then just fucking drove
yeah,
it out.
you're good.
But yeah, that one I was fucking hurting, and then where was I going with that?
Airbag.
Oh yeah, I don't even think it has airbags.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Dude, I was
that's where I
blown,
was going with
'cause,
that.
like,
yeah.
My Venza had airbags,
This is
and it was like,
91.
Toyota always put out that we're the top in safety.
Yeah,
You will
apparently
always be
not.
safe. I got hit by a car going 50 miles an hour and hit a barrier and nothing happened. We just like hit our heads in the window and we're like, oh shit, what just happened?
Yeah, I got rear-ended full speed, probably like 40, 35 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Just
go Eagles.
slammed,
We're
dude.
talking about accidents. But yeah, no,
We're off
it,
topic.
it sucked because I, this lady got out of her car and she didn't even talk to me because she knew that she fucked up and didn't say sorry or anything. Ambulance came, all that type of stuff, and like the aftermath sucked because like I ended up going to the hospital to get checked for stuff, like to make sure I was okay, and their insurance paid for all that, and they paid off my car. But then you're just stuck in a spot where like, well, now I don't have a car.
Yeah.
You don't have money to buy a car.
Yeah, I don't have money to go out and buy like a new car or a down payment on a car. So you're just kind of like, well, now what?
Yeah.
And it's kind of shitty.
You're stuck high and dry, man.
That's why like I look back on it and I kind of wish like I would have sued. I know that's bad to say, but like she
The
fucked up pretty
insurance
bad.
companies, they hash it out, dude, and they want to pay as little as possible.
Of course, yeah.
They just want to barely cover their bases, and that's
Mhm.
In
Yeah.
the words of Weird Al, man, I'ma sue you.
Right?
it. I'm gonna take all of your money.
I'ma sue you.
I love those videos
I'm
though
gonna
where
sue.
people like they have those dash cams and they see the people that are trying to get the money out of you
Yeah.
and just jump on your car.
Yeah.
I had the dumbest thing happen to me.
Dude, dash cam.
Did someone try to like
Get up and just start walking away.
So I was at this Wendy's right over here. This was like a long time ago. And I think I was with the girl or something like that, but we were like joking around, like messing with each other or whatever. And I like let off the brake on accident and I like rolled into the car in front of me
Mm.
and there was zero damage done.
Mm.
Like I think the imprint of my license plate, like it like hit like them like tapped it, and this lady like swung open her door, and like I get it, I would have been pissed too, and started like freaking out,
Yeah.
and I'm like trying to calm her down, I'm like, hey, listen,
This is
I
an
will-
accident.
if we follow me to the bank, I'll go get you some money, like it's fine, like, and I gave her like way more money than she needed.
Oh.
Just because I didn't want it to be a thing. And she's like, when we're over at like the Wells Fargo, she's like, there could be damage on the bottom, like could have fucked up the undercarriage. I'm like, no, ma'am, like I hit you going like 3 miles an hour, like
Your
there's
car's
no
fine.
damage. I gave her like $600.
Cool.
Jesus.
Yeah, because she just wouldn't shut up. I think she knew.
Go to fucking Harbor Freight, buy a buffer.
And I'm
You're
like,
good, dude.
Should have had a plunger. It just
Yeah.
plunged it
Yeah.
out.
Plunged it. They have little dent removers.
Yeah. So Go Eagle says it was 2 a.m. It was summer. Was coming home from L.A. This dude got hit by a car. He was already dead. Cars kept hitting him over and over. Here's the hard part: his torso looked twisted like The Exorcist, and his head was gone because people kept tapping him while he was dead. Jesus Christ!
Oh.
You had to see that?
You're telling me some guy was just sitting
There
there
goes my
getting
appetite.
pinballed over and over again?
Fuck, that's wild.
Did nobody like freak out when they saw a human torso like hit and then just fucking swerve?
God damn. All right, we'll get back on topic of the anime. 'Cause it happens. So,
Talking about death.
yeah, gotta get
Let's
that
start
death.
with your top 5.
My top 5.
Yes.
Okay. So I wrote it down just to make sure. My number 1 of all time is the background picture. It's Clannad. My personal favorite genre, and I don't know, one of my friends who got me into anime again, it was kind of like stuff he liked. And it's like the slice of life anime where it's just, great storytelling. It could be about, high school or, just love stories, different things like that. Because I really enjoy the passion that they can put into these stories. Yeah, the wholesomeness and like the sad dramaticness. Like with Clannad, I've never watched any other source of movies, TV, anime that has made me feel the way that show did. And like all the emotions, like happiness, sadness, like completely like take your heart out and just smushed on the table. Like it just was phenomenal. And then my second one's also in that category. It's Toradora, which is similar thing, but it had more. Yeah, it had more comedy in it. Like it was kind of like a little feisty main girl, and then like the main guy was more of like a, just laid back, kind of didn't give a fuck, and start to fall in love with her. Number 3 is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which we talked about already. 4 is Naruto, because I mean it's just.
It's just fucking
I
good.
mean I don't. Have you watched Naruto?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean it's hard to beat. I always talk to people who are, they think Dragon Ball Z is better, and I get why people really like Dragon Ball Z because it's like that. It's like the OG anime. Everyone knows Dragon Ball Z. Everyone knows what Dragon Ball Z is, but it doesn't flush characters out as much. It doesn't have the in-depth storyline that Naruto does. And
It's amazing because back then that's really all you knew.
right.
Once you start getting like opening your eyes to everything else, you're like, it's still awesome because like you grew up with
yeah,
it,
of course.
but it's not your favorite anymore.
Dragon Ball Z is, I think, the reason why it's so popular. I mean, Dragon Ball Z Super is supposed to be really good, but Z and Dragon Ball, I think it's a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
Like I talk about that with video games, like some of my favorite video games on the N64. But if we're looking in perspective-wise, like those games aren't that good compared to like some other games.
It's
My favorite
nostalgia
is
for
when
sure. You
someone's
couldn't
like-
sit down and play an old. It's hard. It's really hard to sit down and play an old game
Yeah,
like you can play something like Skyrim or whatever the hell.
exactly,
that's
because it's a
pretty
whole
recent.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I've never sunk as much time into a game as I have with Skyrim and Fallout 4.
yeah,
I've sunk like over 1,500 hours.
exactly.
each.
And I'm not trying to play Super Mario 64 for 1,500
Yeah,
hours.
exactly.
It ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
But I think
Super
that's
Mario 64 after like 45 minutes.
right. But I think that's what Dragon Ball Z is to people. Is like they hold it so dear because they grew up on it. And I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you broaden your horizon, you'll see that it's not a superior anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then my last one, I think everyone can agree, when you start getting to that like 5 number, it just starts getting difficult.
Yo.
I put One Punch Man.
Yeah.
One
That's
Punch
a good
Man is
one.
That first 12 episodes of
I
One
liked it.
Punch Man is phenomenal.
To die.
Like, and I'm hoping season 2 is
It's
going to be
good.
able to continue
Yeah,
that
it's a
same
good show.
feeling.
Yeah.
That's a fucking cool show.
Go that way because I can't. I need to rethink mine.
My number one will always and forever be Neon Genesis Evangelion, just because it fucks with your head so much. Like, it's got such a complex storyline, because, like, it all surrounds this guy named Shinji Ikari, and he's, like, the son of this super intense scientist, but it's not, like, regular science. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like almost a realm where science and religion are combined. But, like, instead of having, like, a god or system or whatever, it's kind of like they have these weird life forms that they just call angels, and one of them named Eve hit Earth and she spread to human life, but she wasn't supposed to hit Earth, she was supposed to hit the moon.
Gotcha.
And so now like all the other angels are like, well, you fucked it up, so now we gotta kill everybody. And so they're all trying to come like wipe out the human race by combining with Eve and starting this thing called the Third Impact. And so there's the first impact, which killed everybody on Earth, and there's the second impact, which was the birth of everybody, but it also killed everybody on Earth again. It kind of did like a 50-50 split. And the third impact is just meant to wipe out humanity.
Right.
And it's super intense because the Shinji kid is the catalyst for that impact.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And so it's like, it's just so intense, dude, because he starts off and he's like this super wimpy little kid, and he doesn't know what he's going to do with his life. All he knows is his dad's like, you need to pilot these big-ass robots, and you need to fight these guys called angels. And then it just starts getting more and more enveloped in it, because you start realizing that, like, after they figure out Shinji's the catalyst, and he starts the third impact, everybody's like, oh my god, because, like, his emotions can just change anything on a whim. And so it's really good, because it has, like, a twisted form of religion and a twisted form of mentality. So you pretty much just kind of spend this series watching someone just go insane.
Oh, wow.
And it's so intense, dude. Especially, like, it has a really strong character development in it, especially between Shinji and this lady named Rei. Like, their bond is fucking phenomenal. Number 2 would be Naruto, just because that's my OG. That's what I always watch. I'm still watching the second run through of Shippuden now.
Yeah, it's so good.
Number 3 would be Black Lagoon, just because I got so invested in it. Like, that was my life for a little bit, even though it's only like 35 episodes long. But it's just super intense and super good. Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo are kind of tied for 4th, because, like, since it's the same artist, same director, I kind of view them as the same. This is kind of like watching each show, but from different perspectives of time.
Right.
And then,
Damn, I never thought about that. the Samurai Champloo's just like
It's just Cowboy Bebop, but
But-
it's in like the 1600s instead of
Damn,
in like
Samurai
2035.
I didn't know that.
yeah, I didn't either. Champloo's fucking dope.
Champloo is so fucking
He gets
good,
slept
dude.
on how
That's what-
dope it is.
Yeah.
That's, I think two of like the warrior style anime that I think everybody sleeps on is Samurai Champloo and Black Samurai.
Yeah.
Because those are both super good.
Definitely.
And then number 5, man. Number 5's hard, dude, because there are
5
just
is
like
hard.
so many that I'd classify as a 5.
Right.
I don't know. I really watch Space Dandy a lot. That's one I go back and watch from time to time. I really like
I've seen
that
that
one.
one.
That one's also made by the guy who did Cowboy Bebop, but it's just weird. It's like Cowboy Bebop on acid.
Oh, wonderful.
And it's just like this guy named Dandy, and he just goes around space, and he ends up being like the answer to life.
Oh, is that where the meme comes from? Yeah,
The one where
Nani?
yeah,
yeah.
there's so many of them, dude. There's one where my favorite one is one where he turns around and he just goes, "Betty."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That anime has probably the most memes for
Dude,
sure.
it's because like it's all just one meme. They have a whole episode dedicated to him trying the best ramen in the known universe, and it's like it's not even from this universe. Like he fucking goes and he's like, "Where's the ramen coming through?" And someone throws him through this portal, and he comes out on this moon, and there's just this little ramen shop chilling there. And
What's this one?
It's called Space Dandy. It's
Space
fucking
Dandy.
wild,
Yeah.
and dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the best part is the
That
guy,
sounds funny.
like, he, like, eats this ramen, and he's like, why doesn't it taste like this on the other side? And he's like, oh, when I throw it through that portal, it fucks it up. He's like, no one really tastes the real thing. He's like, they taste the second grade Kroger version of it.
God.
That's funny.
You make me want ramen now.
Look, I might make some ramen after this, or go to Jinya
I
or
was
something.
craving ramen the other day.
It's so good.
Jinya's so fucking good, dude.
Go Eagles says, who remembers watching Inuyasha?
Oh,
I
yeah.
loved Inuyasha.
Inuyasha was the
I
shit.
grew up
back
with
in
that
the
one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That's a
Another
good
one.
one.
That
My
was
favorite
probably one
thing
of
is
the
how
young-
Inuyasha is one that everybody knows.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Or
Even
when,
my
like,
wife,
you
even
see-
Sarah knows that one. She's like, "Oh yeah, I saw that one too."
Yeah.
It's weird.
Now, because we were talking on a Snapchat when we originally had another guest coming on, we said to prepare a top 5 list. So I won't be mad if you don't have one ready.
No,
but if you
I was
do-
thinking about it while we were going around. So definitely first is going to be Full Metal Alchemist. That's one of my favorites. It's super artistic. It's
So
just,
good.
it's way, way good.
It's got a
And
dog
then-
lady in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real life Chimera, dude.
Yeah. And then, so that for just many reasons is just a
Yeah,
really, really good
it's hard
show.
to beat.
And then after that is where it gets tricky because pretty much all of them they were at least at one point my favorite. You know, at different times discovering them. You know, maybe certain time of whenever I might feel different about a certain one, rewatching it.
That's what's wonderful. Like, side
yeah.
note, sorry, that's what's wonderful about anime is like
Yeah.
the top 5 list, any of them can be number 1 on
Exactly.
any day of the week.
Exactly.
It just
And so
depends on what you're
second-
feeling.
Yeah.
Second is probably, it's hard. Cowboy Bebop, probably. Just another one that's artistic. It's the original. So good, so
Yeah.
good. And then, Seven Deadly Sins, I think, would probably be third, just because that one was such a surprise for me, how good it was, being a Netflix original, and I just
I still don't believe
stumbled
it's a
upon
Netflix
it.
original
Yeah,
to this
no,
day,
just
dude.
found it randomly and
It's like,
was
I think
so
they,
hooked
they
immediately.
took it right when it was being developed, so that's probably how
they
they
just
say
came
it's so
in and they
original.
were like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna put our name on it,
Yeah.
guys. And then like all the animators were like, thank God, because you're gonna fuck it up.
Right.
Yeah. So that one was just because it was such a pleasant surprise, just really blew me away on how good it was. And then, it sucks to put like some of these so far back on the list. After that, it's like a toss-up between Death Note and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Death Note was just super good for,
It's so good.
he just totally goes crazy with it and just mad with power from being model citizen.
You
to-
see the true
to crazy.
definition of just
Evil.
how you go insane.
Yeah.
How it like really happens. I think that's how it happens in real life too. You get too much power, you're going fucking insane.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
movie said. He's like, sir, I think you've gone mad with power. And he's like, of course. You ever tried going without mad without power? It's boring. Nobody listens to you.
Yeah.
So then 5 you'd put Dragon Ball? Or 4 or 5, whichever
Dragon
one.
Ball, yeah. Yeah, they're kind of like tied for the last 2 spots on that list of his top 5. Because, like Dragon Ball, just what I grew up on. That's
Classic.
what first got me into it. And just watched it for many, many years growing up. And then
I think too with Dragon Ball, it's just. I think we could go walk around downtown and
So many
ask
people know.
anybody and say, "Hey, can you name one Dragon Ball Z character?" And I don't think anyone would miss.
I bet you every one of them would say Goku.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
My favorite is when
Krillin.
someone's like Goten, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
paid
know.
attention.
I'm a Trunks fan, so.
Oh,
yeah.
Trunks is fucking dude. I used to have a little like they're kind of like, you know, the Cos toys or whatever, where like people get those vinyl figures.
Oh, yeah,
it was
yeah.
like one of those, but like the '90s version, and it was Trunks.
That's so fucking
Except
dope.
he had like a string you could pull, and he would like just hack anything with his sword. It was
Now,
so badass.
Before we get to your list, I want to know who is your guys' favorite villain in Dragon Ball? Because for me personally, I've never heard anyone who matches mine, and I like Cell the most.
I was about to say
Cell, dude, Cell, yeah.
Oh, well,
I was
fuck.
gonna say Cell too,
Everyone
dude.
says
Cell
not
games.
Cell.
And I grew up playing that one Dragon Ball Z game
Fucking
for
Budokai.
PS2. Yeah, Budokai. I think it was Budokai.
Yeah, it's a shit.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah,
It's hard
it
as
has
fuck.
the Cell games and
Well, I
everything.
think Cell
You
was.
go through that timeline. It's pretty much through that timeline,
Yeah.
all the Android stuff. And
I think that area with Cell was probably one of my favorite, just because that right there was just a little darker
Yeah.
and just the storyline was good there.
Yeah.
And I think that was
Yeah.
why I liked Cell so much.
I just remember when they introduced him, because like Android 17 and 18 and
Yeah.
19, right? Were just
Yeah.
like running around just fucking shit up.
Yeah.
And then he pops up and just eats them, the one with his tail, and you're like, oh, who the fuck is this guy?
He's like, who's gonna fight me?
Yeah.
yeah.
My favorite is how Cell's the original shoot the whoop. The guy that fucking goes, I'm a fire in my laser. Bah! Just shoots that fat laser out of his mouth. The original laser collection, man. The ending of it is just
Yeah.
fucking Cell.
So,
And
yeah.
he's just like, ah!
Is Cell your favorite then, or where do you?
My favorite's Majin Buu.
Yeah, that was
Majin
my
Buu
other.
was good
When I
too,
was
yeah.
thinking, I was like, Cell and Boo, dude. Boo is fucking cool.
Dude, I just love
But they're like-
because he annoyed the absolute shit
Yeah.
out of all of them. They were all
Right.
like, why can't I just beat you? You're fucking tard. And he'd be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn people into candy.
even now, I think he's still one of the strongest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, because the last time, I guess I can't really spoil too much, but it's good that he's
Because he's a good
strong
guy now,
as
right?
fuck.
Technically.
He's a-
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Majin Buu's one of those guys where they're like, yeah, we got him, we good guys, and then he comes back like a couple episodes later, like,
Hey, guess what?
I'm not dead, guys. So,
Yeah.
Kid Boo.
you want to fight me again?
Yeah.
Kid Buu is the fucking Kid Buu fucking cracked me up. Is he like he wasn't a goofball? He was
Right.
like
Yeah,
half
he's more-
goofball, but then he just had so much seriousness in him,
Yeah.
just staring at everyone like.
Well, it's because he like split his evil personality, and then he like, it was like the evil personality that changed forms, right?
Yeah.
And there was good. No, I don't.
The good one became the fat one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the bad one became Kid Buu,
Right.
and both of them still fucked everybody up.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear the list. I know it's tough.
Top
So
secret information right here.
always and forever, and it's even then it's always hard. Naruto, and then One Piece. Honestly, I want to switch those two, but because I grew up and that was pretty much my first anime show ever watching, Naruto, I have to put it on number one.
Yeah.
So second, One Piece. Third, I want to say Hunter x Hunter.
Ooh, that was such a good one. I feel like so many people sleep on Hunter x Hunter,
Yeah.
dude. Especially watching fucking. God, I can't remember any of the characters from that. Who the fuck's
bad with names,
Who the
too.
fuck's the main hunter, bro? The kid
Um,
with the fucking spiky ass hair, and he always wears the green.
I forget.
He
what's
becomes a
his name.
fucking badass when he's an adult. That shit was wild.
So that would be my third one. My fourth one. I would probably put. Fuck. Anything after that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because I've watched so many, it's just like.
You always have like the for sure ones.
Yeah.
But then it gets a little choppy. Because I feel bad putting One Punch in there, and it's still fairly new. Like.
Yeah. Okay, I guess Fairy Tail, because I kind of forgot about that, because I really enjoy that one. Would be. I would put it on the fourth one. The fifth one. I really. Oh, shit, I forgot. Overlord.
Oh,
I completely forgot about that
I
one.
haven't fucking seen that one yet. I've only seen
heard
it like
Overlord's
pop
really
up in
good.
Oh my God.
conversations, and everybody's like, "You should watch Overlord."
Overlord's good. It's just pretty much guy gets stuck in the game,
Yeah.
and he's just super, super fucking just OG, OP, everything you can think of. He just messes with everyone.
Yeah, just fucks with them.
Yeah, and it's good. Yeah, was that the fifth or was it the
Yeah.
fourth? Yeah, that one was really hard just because it was either that or just really liked, and then it's hard to pronounce, Akagame ga Kill.
See, I like that one too, and I just need more for me to really like it, because I felt like it ended kind of.
No, that's why I love. It's a love hate. I
Yeah.
hate how it ended.
Yeah, but the rest of it's fucking dope.
A while ago, they said that they were gonna redo the last episode and just continue on with the next season.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done anything after that.
This is the same thing about Black Lagoon, man. They were like, we're going to release the Roberta movie series, and then after that, we're going to finally finish the series because they finished the manga, and then, like, nothing. They released Trails of Roberta and nothing. Nothing. It breaks my heart because, like, they didn't, like, end it on a cliffhanger or anything. They just gave you a shit ending. Like, everybody was kind of just okay, and, like, fucking nobody, and, like nobody fucking solved any of their relationship issues. Everybody basically hated each other. Fucking Rock and Revy, they had like this whole complex love story, but he's just kind of like, so what are we? And then it just cuts right then and there. You don't get nothing.
That's what happened with Black Bullet, because like there was a weird like romance between two characters, and then the end scene, like the end, like the last episode, the last 2 minutes, they're like in this weird place, and then you find out they hate each other and want to kill each other.
What?
And then it cuts, and you're like,
What?
wait a minute. So I got 2 more topics I want to talk about, and then we can call it, because like we can always do more anime talk. I mean, you can talk about anime for years.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna pee before we get too deep into this.
Yeah, I'll wait for you, and we can chat about other things.
Any sport animes that you're watching or been interested in watching?
All of them. I want to watch the basketball and baseball one, Ace of Diamonds, and
Dude, watch them. Ace Diamonds. And I should have put that one up in my top 5 because that's probably one of my favorites. As for sport ones.
I've watched like 5 or 10 episodes of the basketball one where they have like, it's not.
Never even seen a sport anime.
They're good.
Yeah.
Really?
You think they're weird. Like,
They're kind of weird, but
I'm
they.
just not
but
into
they're-
sports to begin with. so.
me either. But
Huh.
the anime of certain sports are really, really good.
The basketball one's cool because it's hard to explain. It's like the main players on the team have like powers, but they're not really powers. They're really good at one specific part of basketball.
Mhm.
And like the main character, his like ability is to like not be noticed. So like they'll be playing the game or whatever, and you won't see him or hear anything, and then he'll just be perfectly placed to make like the perfect shot or dunk.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird and it's kind of cool, but they have really good stories. Like
Mhm.
just kind of that whole like sport storyline.
Before Ace of
Interesting.
Diamonds, for baseball, you gotta watch, and it's an old one, and they recently started doing a new one, and it's a long one, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's, I can't remember, I'd have to look it up, but it's pretty much, kid watches his dad play baseball, and then professional leagues, the dad gets hit in the head or something like that, and I think dies after a little bit. So he kind of pursues his career, and it follows in his dad's footsteps. Fucking amazing, fucking ball player. And then it just tells like season after season about him
Mm-hmm.
going from like little kid to pro leagues, and then from there like it switches to his son. But I think that's where I stopped watching because it's like,
Yeah.
But I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, it's a good one too.
What do you want? So everyone's talking about My Hero Academia.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
What?
Yeah.
My Hero Academia.
Oh, that was fucking bomb.
So I know everyone's talking about it. It's like the hottest anime right now. I haven't watched a single episode of it.
Oh, you want to see something from it that'll just make you lose your shit?
I
and laugh
want to watch
hysterically?
it. Yeah, I do.
Dude, so this kid, there's this scene from it, but my buddy sent me it, and this guy, like, did a voiceover of it. It's just so fucking funny. Oh my god, I gotta find it now.
What kind of anime is it then? Is it just like a long form? Just
It's like about a bunch of kids who become superheroes.
No? Oh. No. I can't let his death threats get to me. I have a quirk now. From here on out, I'm going to be a hero. And I'm not going to let anyone get in my way. I'm a failure. After all that hard work. Sorry, All Might. Sorry, Mom. God, I've been falling for a long
I'm gonna go
time.
hit the rest of you.
Though he may stumble, he will not fall.
Huh?
For the Lord upholds him with his hand. Psalms 37:24. I have saved you with the power bestowed upon me by Jesus Christ. Remember this gracious act as you continue to live in his name. For if not, you will burn for eternity in hell.
oh Jesus.
Good day, kind soul.
What the f***? This last chance to kill you during the exam.
No, it's a really good one. It's like it starts out somewhat slow because it's gonna be a long one.
Yeah.
You can tell it's gonna be like Naruto type of long.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna be way long.
So the way, from what I've read, the way they want to keep going with the anime is he's gonna kid goes up older, and then from there that's kind of where they want to go with it is when he's older, but it's gonna take a while for that.
it's gonna take a long time for him to grow up.
Yeah.
So
I've
it's-
been reading the manga about that one too, and where it's going, it's gonna get a shit ton better.
So it's just one of those. It's so well put together. It's gonna be one of the new long form.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Animes.
from when it started, when it came out, they were talking about how this is gonna be the new Naruto series on like how popular and how good
Yeah.
storyline it come
It's
out.
really fucking good storyline, man. What is behind this?
I don't know.
What? What do you mean you don't
I don't
know?
know.
But it's like it does a really good job of keeping you in, and it has good characters.
There's a lot of green screen there.
I know. More green. Oh, it's a table.
Oh, a table. Okay.
The more green screen I lift, the more green screen.
it keeps on coming.
It's like one of those never-ending magician's handkerchiefs.
Right.
Have you guys watched Goblin Slayer?
Mm-mm.
So that's another like dark show, like an adventure, pretty much. So in the manga version, it's even darker. They can't actually put everything in the anime. It's just like the first episode. There's people getting raped
Oh wow.
by goblins, and it's not like too visual,
But you know what's going on.
You know what's happening.
It's like,
Like,
Clockwork Orange,
and it's-
where they like hint at it super heavily.
Right.
Yeah, and it's how it starts is it's great day, shiny, bright sunny day, and then they go into a cave, adventures, random people, and then it just goes downhill from there for them.
Hey, thank you very much for the
Dude,
bits,
just gets-
anonymous cheerer. I like your name.
But that one's a for sure recommendation. Like
dark
it's
and
new,
fuck-
it's new,
yeah.
but it's good.
So one of the last topics that I have is we need to talk about the ongoing argument online of who is the most powerful and who would win in like a fight in like a battle royale type sense.
Within
Between-
anime,
Yeah, because everyone always says it's either Goku, Naruto, or Luffy. Those are usually the three that are like,
Because they're the three OGs.
they're the three OGs. So I mean, and I think it really depends too, like which timeline are we talking? Are we talking like where they're at now?
Or like when they're kids.
When they're
All of them get
kids?
the shit kicked out of them if they're kids.
Yeah. So I mean,
No, that's where it gets tricky.
let's say for the sake of this conversation, let's say where they're at right now in the stories. So Luffy where he's at, Goku where he's at, and Naruto where he's at.
I still think Hoguruma Otsukisuki would just fucking massacre everyone.
Most likely.
The
Thing is technically, Saitama, his thing is being the most powerful being in the universe.
I always
That's
throw him in
kind
the
of-
loop in my
That's kind of his.
conversation.
That's kind of his thing. Is like, he's supposed to be the most powerful being
Right.
in the universe and can kill anything with
but
one punch.
if like how they say about Goku, not only is he in the universe, but in the multiverse, he's gonna be probably one of the top or the strongest.
And that would probably be my second, but technically, like, Saitama's supposed to be able to destroy anything with one punch.
I guess it's
so,
with one punch.
Yeah. So he has that power. As long as he can land a punch, he can destroy anything.
He did send a motherfucker to the moon.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I take into account all their attributes, man. Like, yeah, he may be the most powerful universe on Earth, but he's still got a soul.
Yeah,
Ogoromo could use the ghetto art to rip that soul out of his body and entrap it forever.
Yeah, see, that's where it
gets
tough
so
conversation,
complicated, is because, like, everybody's got all their different attributes.
When we were both here earlier, I was like, well, what if Itachi shows up and puts everyone in the Mangekyo?
Puts them in his genjutsu. I was
like, because then you're
because if they don't know anything about that, it's just like that.
Because then they're not technically dead, but they're stuck in a trap.
Well, I mean, in the meantime, while he's stuck in that, you could just go over there. It's like, oh, cut your head off.
Also, what if he used the Izanami?
That's true.
GG.
Mm-hmm. That's a GG, but the only thing that sucks about that is he can only use that on one person.
Right.
And he has to sacrifice his shotgun gun for it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he gets other eyes.
True. You can always steal more eyes.
Yeah, there's always more eyes.
For some random reason, they can pop one out and put it on you.
God,
and it's just fine. Dude, that's one thing that bugged me is like fucking they take eyes out of someone's face when fucking Kakashi gets his eye taken and Madara's just like...
That's exactly what he did. He's like, oh, hate to dab on you, kid, but...
I hate to come shit on you, but I'm taking that eye back.
Now, I haven't watched a lot of One Piece, but from my understanding, Luffy can't die unless he drowns.
That's just because he can't swim.
Right.
Yeah.
So
no, he can die.
Can he?
Yeah,
so
it's like everyone else, but...
In the One Piece universe, the way they get their powers is from these things called devil fruits, but when you eat one, you immediately lose your ability to swim.
Right.
Just the only weird side effect of the fruit.
That's the strangest side effect.
But you wonder, though, like, what if you eat a fruit that involves something with water, then?
Well, I guess it's kind of poetic, though, in a way, right? Because it's like, you're going to eat this fruit and become the most powerful pirate, but you can't fucking swim. So don't fall off your boat.
The pirate's biggest weakness.
Yeah.
The ocean.
Yeah.
I like Forrest is watching now. LOL, still more eyes.
Dude, that's what fucking Donzo did. How many did he have? Like fucking 15 or something?
A lot of eyeballs.
He had so many fucking eyeballs. Dude, when he rips off his fucking bandages, I was like, that's what's underneath all that?
That's what that motherfucker's been doing this whole time.
I was like, you better not have Shishui's eyes under there. He's got fucking Shishui's right eye.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was how he just shoved the other one in a fucking crow.
Yeah, right in a crow. The crow had an eyeball.
The crow had the power to kill and teleport, and he fucking just threw it out of nowhere, and Itachi just happened to be in front of it and was like, damn, I caught myself my own jutsu. Hell yeah, let's get it.
Thank you for the 5 bits. 70 total. We really appreciate that. So, my final topic, and we can call it for now, because, I mean, like I said, we can always come back.
We just need to contact the guys that make the ultimate death fights and tell them to do a Jump Force style battle.
That'd be dope. What's your guys' take on the culture that's around anime? Because I think a lot of people look negatively on it. Like, for example, Forrest, like, not being an anime fan, when he sees the anime culture that is, visible, it's very off-putting.
Off-putting how? Like, well...
Yeah, what
you're seeing...
Well, they're talking about... I feel like he's trying to get at what's their opinions on, like, fucking weebs.
Like true...
In the
like,
ultimate sense.
Because we're all anime fans, but none of us look like we're anime fans. We're not dressing ridiculous.
You're your own person when it comes to those type of things.
I agree with you.
Like,
but there's just
mind,
a misconception around it that anime fans are weird and
you never know who's gonna be a fan until you see something or they say a phrase that you catch on. You're like,
oh, sorry, Weenus. Thank you for the bits. Then, if you can cheer anonymously, I didn't know that. Yeah, thank you for the bits. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. Is it is the misconception that what people see on media is very cringy. is very over the top, and
Yeah.
I still respect it because anyone who has that much
I think
passion,
that's
In my
It's
mind,
cool.
though, there's anime culture, and then there's hentai culture, which is the
Yeah.
one everybody always just assumes everybody who watches anime is enveloped in. Like,
right?
Well,
in my mind, as long as you're not the person walking around with a foxtail sticking out of your butt
Yeah,
trying to tell me to
exactly.
come cosplay with you, we're gonna be great friends.
Right.
And like even then, I'm still like cosplaying every now and again.
Sure, sure.
It's just fun, man.
It's a good
Like,
time.
I just feel like you should just let people do what they want.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to bash someone just because they fucking watch cartoons or some shit.
Well, full blown furries, dude. Like,
Well,
and
furries-
that's kind of
That's
what-
a- that's a
different
one of-
thing. That's
Yeah,
like
no, but that's a whole thing that people kind of usually
They do.
group into like weebs.
They do.
that's what bugs
They
me is
kinda
because
group
there's so many weebs
furries
that
in there.
are furries.
Yeah.
Right.
So you
So
gotta-
that's where it gets weird, is because those people are fans and they're masturbating to cartoons and stuff, or they're going and dressing up and they're
That's
eating
their
food
life.
and milk and stuff out of dog bowls, and like they
Getting
have a
walked with
whole
leashes.
they get up and they just in costume.
Well,
I
you
think
just
there's
like
crazy.
levels of like
Yeah, so-
fans.
yeah, you just gotta be able to tell it apart.
Yeah.
You got your people that like walk around in anime shirts and that's all they talk about,
Yep.
or you got like people coming out of Compton that watch like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Naruto and shit like that, and they're like
Yeah.
this badass. Or you got people walking around with foxtails and shit that are like, I'm gonna watch some fucking Naruto and then go get fucked by a dog or something.
I do love that anime now is very like, kind of like how video games are now. Like you don't get shunned anymore for liking
it's
anime
definitely-
because everyone like a lot of mainstream people who are extremely popular love anime.
Dude, like Kevin Bradley, he's a pro skateboarder.
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram. He's obsessed with Naruto. He went on this whole rant online about how like Naruto's dedication to becoming Hokage is like part of his inspiration.
Yeah.
And so like I think it's sick, man.
Dude, you learn so much.
Yeah.
You learn how to
There's
be a good
so-
person watching anime,
Yeah.
man.
It's like I love those memes where they just talk about like people like bashing on it, saying like, "Oh, well, what does it teach you?" I'm like, and then for each anime, there's an
Yeah.
example. It's like, I
Lots.
agree.
Lots.
There's
Yeah.
so many things, dude. There's been so many moments where I'm like, I don't want to do anything. I'll just like start watching Naruto or something. I'm like, I'll go out and get this bread. You inspire me, son.
Right.
No.
And I think there's an anime for everybody. I know
Yeah.
people
Really?
want to deny there is,
Definitely.
but there is an anime for everybody.
Because there's just
There's a
There's so much.
infinite
Even my mom
possibilities.
watches
Yeah.
Spirited Away, man.
yeah.
There's so much out there.
That's a perfect starting point, I think, for a lot of people is
Yep.
get them into Studio Ghibli because
Yeah.
Yep.
those
Oh my
movies
God,
are
yes.
fucking phenomenal,
If
and they
you
teach
hate-
you a lot of
If
lessons.
you hate a Studio Ghibli film, you are just fucking soulless.
You just don't
You're
get
not,
it. Yeah,
too.
you're.
Yeah, really. I feel like that's where you're really trying.
You
to
also
be a hater,
hate-
man.
You also hate blue skies
Yeah.
and cats and dogs.
Yeah.
You
Like,
probably hate baby smiles too.
yeah. Like, I just.
I actually didn't like the Studio Ghibli films. Oh, you fucking Nazi.
If I ever heard someone say that to me, I would immediately not be around them.
Dude, I feel like I'd just snap my fingers and phase away.
So, I'm not a big fan of Studio Ghibli. You know what? I'm just going to remove myself from your presence right now.
You know when?
Excuse me, I thought this was going to be a great friendship, but I've actually learned you're a total jackass.
Remove their
Goodbye.
phone number right there.
I would do. Do you remember when
You're out of my
Toby
life.
was still Toby in Naruto?
Mhm.
He does the thing where he phases, where he's just like whoop. I would just do that, and phase away.
You'd be standing there just melting into the tree.
Yeah,
Good.
but if you show someone Spirited Away and they don't gain some insight on life after that movie, they just didn't really watch it because that movie has a lot
Yeah.
to
That movie
say.
teaches you a lot about.
Mhm.
My favorite thing was the amount of like respect for your family you kind of learn from that.
Yeah,
I think that's something relatable on my end because background wise, it's just like that's the biggest thing. You always show respect, not only to your elders, but like anyone. I mean, that you don't really know, that you don't know, you don't treat that way. But
right.
yeah,
That's one thing I like about Japanese culture in general is they just have so much respect for every other human being.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I know he's going to
They're
Japan.
going to Japan? Down.
Yeah.
My mom just barely went there last week. I'm
Ooh.
super bummed. They've all been sending me pictures. They sent me a
Damn,
buttload
it's
of
fucked
pictures.
up.
Well, you guys are all fucked. The most fucked thing was when they sent me pictures of fucking Hong Kong and China, man. Hong Kong and China is beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be like kind of slummed up, like how most of
I
China
heard it
is.
smells like feet though.
Dude, she said the city smell was awful, but other
Yeah.
pictures she sent me, like, dude, I'll show you the skyline view from their hotel.
Yeah,
It was
they got-
so gnarly.
There was the dude who vacuumed his air in China
What?
for so he went outside and he just held his vacuum up and vacuumed, and over like a 2-month period he was able to make a brick.
What?
Yeah, because that's how much fucking
Carbon?
it was bad.
Oh my god.
It's like a legit brick of just fucking black. I'll see if I can find it real
That's
quick.
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I'll pull it up on.
Look, here's a fun picture of the dedication the Chinese people have.
It's true. They.
Yeah.
Very squeaky noises.
Let's see.
Look at this. That's what Hong Kong looks like at night.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It just totally looks different than I thought.
Yeah.
Because, like, my mom took our whole family to China back when I was, like, 7. And we spent, like, 3 weeks there. But everywhere we went, I was like, I feel like I'm going to get murdered here.
So Chinese artist Nut Brother, I can't believe that's his real name. I'm sure it's not pronounced that. Vacuumed up Beijing smog for 100 days.
No, brother.
Made a whole ass brick.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
This guy came out here and made
It's
a whole
like
ass
some
brick.
yellowish stuff.
Did he make
Yeah.
even more bricks?
That's good. Yeah, build a house out of it.
Alright,
This house is made out of 100% pollution.
Pollution.
Let's go here. Not that. That's. Yeah, there's his brick that he made.
Wow.
In how long?
100 days. Yeah, there he
You
is.
just walk around with a
Outside
vacuum.
vacuuming. You think anyone asked him, like, hey, what are you doing? I'll just
Just vacuum in
Vacuum in
there.
there.
just clean it up a little.
You know, just clean up the air for you guys with a vacuum. You got it.
Yeah. Just looking out for you guys.
Hey, this is me caring. All of you should be praying to me.
That's funny.
Yeah, Google's vacuumed.
Straight up vacuumed. He's out here like. I wanted to see that, like some guy pushing a vacuum cart down the street, just straight face as hell, man. Utter seriousness. I bet you if anyone walked up and he was like, "This is work. Leave me
His
alone."
face, he's like,
Shit. I take back my fifth one. Initial D. I
Initial
forgot
D?
about that one.
Yeah,
Initial
you-
D is a car anime.
Oh,
No,
I've seen
snap.
that
What's the
Love
one
cars.
about rollerblading?
Rollerblading?
There's this one anime that I only saw one episode of back in like 2012, but it's dead ass, like super intense, high speed rollerblading.
Rollerblading.
no way.
That
I
sounds
don't know.
intense. I
It's
like
fucking wild, dude. Dude, it's called Air Gear!
air gear.
Yes! It is about fucking rollerblading! They and it's like intense rollerblading too. Like they have a whole fucking track and they're like, go! And all these people just.
Damn. Did they ever make it? Do they have a skateboarding anime? I feel like they should probably make one, right?
No, let's find out. I bet you Tony Hawk's in it.
So there's one, and this is more leaning towards like almost hentai, but not quite.
Okay. I like
It's
where your head's at.
Domestic Girlfriend. I started reading the manga
I think I've heard
a while
about that
ago.
one.
It just barely came out with an anime, just like within this month.
Girlfriend.
And it's pretty much like the first episode. It's like all it is a girl wants to lose her virginity and she finds a random guy to do it, and they they find out they're in the same classroom, so it got even awkward. But oops, the twist there is they go to start walking home. He gets home. The dad's like, "Oh, you know, this is the girl I was telling you that I'll be marrying. These are his 2 daughters,
Ooh!
and one of the daughters is the girl,
I've seen this Pornhub video.
and the other one is a teacher at the school. Oh, it just there's some like
Hey, stepbrother.
sex
Hey,
involved in
stepbro.
there,
You
but
help me out for a sec?
but the storyline to it is so good.
Yeah.
Like I got hooked on it just because of the storyline and just how good he wrote it. That when I stopped it, because it's still continuing, I was like, well, I need to know what's gonna happen because I thought I heard something about like an anime going, so I read about it that they were gonna show it, and I have yet to start the show.
Yeah.
But I obviously the show isn't gonna show anything like that.
Sure.
But it is good. That's probably one that if it's like you said, it's not for everyone, but it's something I would definitely say to watch. Yeah.
It's like that video of that nerdy guy, and she's like, "What do you got there?" And he's like, it's called Brother Sister."
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's that about? A brother sister crime fighting duo? It's about a brother and a sister that fuck. Have you ever seen Angel Beats?
Oh, Angel Beats is
bomb.
that
Dude,
was
I'm
like
not gonna
right
lie.
on my top 5.
I probably laughed for like an hour and a half when they're trying to distract everybody from the test.
Yeah.
And that guy with the glasses just stands up and he's like, and everybody just stared at him, and all of a sudden his chair just rockets into the ceiling.
Angel Beats is 10 out of
That's a
10.
good one.
It's sad though. Like
Dude,
it gets
makes
sad
you,
as shit.
It definitely hits you in the feels, dude. Like the first 8 episodes, you're just like, man, this is
Confused.
great, but it's kind of, you're like, I feel a dark essence.
Yeah.
And then like right after the 8th episode, it's like, bitch, welcome to my house.
All right. I love the dude who's like the rap guy.
Oh my god.
I don't remember his name.
The fucking the blonde guy. Cause
Yeah.
they're like, hey, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite is when they're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? All the walls are closing in around them, and it just stops. And they turn around, and that skinny ass blonde guy is holding up like 2 tons of concrete.
Yeah. Angel Beats is 10 out of 10.
Oh, Angel Beats is so
I
good.
watched that one a while
I
ago.
haven't seen this.
Dude, my favorite's that guy with the fucking spiky purple hair and the axe. Right as they go in the cave, and he's like, you bunch of pussies, I'm gonna just run in there 1 step and gets killed.
Yeah. But it has like, so it's,
Look, there's the scene right there!
yeah, launches him into the sky.
They're trying to figure out a distraction. My favorite's the kid who's like, I have to use the bathroom! And then in the background you see the student, and she's like, that's not gonna work. Beep!
No, it's one of those animes where it's like, it jumps you right into this weird scenario that's going on. You have no idea what they're even talking about. And then they don't give you any backstory, but as it progresses, you start seeing like what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It starts making sense.
It starts making sense, and then it starts getting sad.
It's like the Inceptions of anime.
Yeah.
You watch it and you're like, wait, what?
Definitely a good one.
Dude,
Hey!
that lady with the look, it's
Thank
even
you
got
for
the
the
perfect
bits, Bieber.
background. Look at how fucking steamed off she looks back there.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any shows that you guys have been like wanting to watch but haven't either gotten around to or just
Hunter x Hunter.
or more newer shows, I guess? But I guess for you,
My Hero
anything
Academia,
would-
I mean, is number one.
Yeah, that's one for me too.
I mean, that's everyone's talking about that show.
There's this. Fuck, I can't even remember. I only remember like the storyline of this fucking anime, cause it's like that weird 3D like Ruby, where it's super weird like that. But it's about this kid who gets fucking hit by a bus, but it doesn't kill him, and he finds out he's part of this like super special group of people that can't die. Oh, it's called Ajin.
Ajin.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's a good one.
I started the first episode, and I was really digging it, and I just got distracted. Haven't finished it since, but it does a good job, man. Like especially when it opens it, because like it opens up to this absolute war. Like all these guys are just fucking shooting this one guy, and he just does not go down, and he's just taking bullet after bullet after bullet.
That's like the type of the animation that's like really hard for me to get into, just because it's
That's
so
why I
different.
haven't finished it, especially because like this is what made me sad. Like Ruby has a smoother animation flow than this TV show does, because like someone will like move, but they'll go.
Right.
And they're like, "What's up, man? How you doing?" You know, like we just. And it's like it's not.
It's done in twos.
It's done in fucking so it's done in 3D animation, but it's just not
It's
completely.
probably animated in twos.
Nah,
That's
it's
an
like,
animation style where basically every, like certain objects that are moving or they move and they stay on the screen in that position for 2 scenes or
Right.
for two
Two draw or
2 frames. or
two
whatever.
frames, 2 frames. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. 2 frames.
Yeah.
So like they'll be kind of, and it'll just kind of look like
That's
kinda
how
sloppy,
it is.
like
It's just
stop
kind of
motion.
like it's kind of blocky and sloppy. So
Yeah.
like you
So
don't
it's probably
really wanna
just done in
watch it.
twos, and it's probably done intentionally, and it's probably for an effect that they're trying to go for.
Yeah, like I know they did it in that style just for the effect of the anime, because like I know when some of the Ajins appear, they wanted to look more like ethereally, and the animation style they do it for, when they have like a ghostly character, holy shit, they look fucking terrifying, dude. But it's like you can just tell they kind of like they didn't really have enough funding to make it a full smooth, so they had to do cutback. So it's just kind of like sloppily put together. But the storyline is just so good, and it just keeps you tuned in. But you kind of have to like suffer through blocky animations.
Yeah.
See, I have a soft spot for Ruby just because I've been following Rooster Teeth
For
on
so
YouTube for
long.
so long, and like
Which
You
one's
know
that
what?
one? Because I can't think of.
they're
They
just
made
I
Red
don't know
versus
which one that one
Blue.
is.
Oh, Rube.
Yeah, I can't think of which one that is.
It's the one about like the whole group of girls that just kick a bunch of ass. One of them has shotgun gauntlets. Or whenever she punches someone, she fucking just blasts them with buckshot.
Let's see here.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the same animation style Ajin is, except theirs is a lot smoother.
Mhm.
The only anime that I've ever watched that I couldn't, well, it's weird as fuck, but I didn't like the animation, like how they animate it was Kill la Kill.
Oh, Kill la Kill was kind of weird, but I ain't gonna lie, that show made me laugh so many times.
Yeah, I didn't finish.
I watched
it.
a couple episodes, but I wasn't really into it.
I got up to where she like fights the main antagonist, which is literally like her, but she's like fucking in a white suit.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like right then and there, it was just such a long, just overdrawn fight scene. Like they were so evenly matched, it just got boring. But I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, I only really watched that anime because of how fucking perverted it was. It just makes you
Yeah.
laugh so fucking hard.
I did not know that, Bieber. She named her first car Sheila after Red versus Blue.
Hey!
The tank was Sheila.
Sheila!
Sheila.
Sheila!
Red versus Blue is.
Dude, Red vs. Blue got really good.
Yeah.
You know what? One I think everybody sleeps on from Rooster Teeth is Spriggs.
Yeah.
Spriggs is
Spriggs is
fucking
good.
hysterical. You better fucking get everybody in here, and you better get this meeting going, or I'm gonna go find all those little titty pictures you call hentai and burn them, Sergeant. It's like, they're not titty pictures, it's pornographic videos!
All right, fellas. Is there anything else you want to close out on, and then we'll go ahead and call it for today?
Well, I found an anime that involves skateboarding, but it's not the theme. And only skateboarding it involves is that the main character skateboards everywhere he goes. But it's called 8.
8. Shout outs to 8.
Shout outs to 8. According to this user review on mangaupdates.com, only 28% of the population likes it, and even then it's a 5 rating.
Oof. All right, how about we close out on this? This is going to be on the spot question that's very difficult. Who is your favorite character of all time on any anime? I'll give you mine. It's Itachi. Not a hard one to think about.
That one is
He's
probably
just-
the top 5.
The whole idea of him and what he did and how they plan it out or how they play it out is phenomenal.
And
Dude,
it
he got
freaking
so
blows
screwed
your
on his
mind later
storyline.
on.
That's what. So when we were talking earlier, the guy who was on the show one night talking about how he started anime. Oh wait, no, he wasn't. He knew about Itachi already, right? What didn't he know, Maverick?
He's at the point where he just barely fought with Pain. Yes, Pain.
Yeah.
And he finished that, and I think he's a little bit further than that, just barely, but
So
that's
he's
it.
just barely
So he
getting
doesn't
into the
know
first Shinobi
who
War.
Yeah.
Obito is yet.
Oh, that's
that's
what
what
it
he was talking
was.
about.
Yeah. Because I was like, yeah, what do you think about Toby? And he's like, yeah, Toby's hilarious. And I'm like, me and my wife look at each other and try not to laugh because we're like, oh, you don't even know
It's
yet.
like, dude, it's like this.
Oh, 'cause
is
he
when
thinks
your
it's Madara.
mind starts blowing.
Yeah, he thinks Toby's Madara, and we're like, yeah, it's definitely Madara.
That shit killed me so hard, dude. Even, I ain't gonna lie, my first run through, when fucking, what was Orochimaru's assistant's name? The white-haired kid.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Turns into a snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he tries to become Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Dude, when he came back, and was like, hey, and in case you don't want to work with me, I got this. And he just slapped his foot on the ground. Right as that popped up, I was like, you know, he's either going to have, like, fucking Hogoromo or Madara in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bet you it's going to be Madara.
Everyone's
Especially
like,
because...
what the fuck?
Dude, especially because Toby, like, had that look in his eye where he was like, I'm going to shit my pants right now. How'd you get that?
Yeah.
I think that was one of the big, like, honest to God, like, biggest plot twists was when you find out
Who Toby
who
is.
Toby was, because you're like, oh my God.
Dude, the thing that bugs me
I
is
started
you can
guessing
kinda-
it though because when they started talking about fuck, I forgot his name, silver-haired teacher.
Oh, Kakashi?
Kakashi's like a little bit of his background and what was
Mhm.
going on and what happened. I'm like, in the scene where like where only half of him was seeing, I'm like, that's when I was just like, that's a possibility.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
I figured out who Toby was really quick. The first time it zoomed in on his Sharingan, and he had to go into the Mangekyo, I already knew who he was because of Kakashi's eyes.
No.
I was like, holy shit, how are you still alive?
Yeah.
You got squished by a boulder.
Dude, here's the real question. What's the best one-liner from Naruto? I personally think it's, Hashirama!
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you!
Completely ignores everyone else.
I'll deal with you later.
Yeah. That might be the best, because you're just like, oh, he just told him to stop. He's like, no, you calm down, son. You gotta wait.
He said, sit down. I'll fight you in a sec. I gotta deal with the other bullshit you started first.
I don't know what my favorite one-liner is. Probably something the ramen guy says. All of his stuff is hilarious.
Dude, or when Naruto's gonna peek on Sakura and fucking Yamato goes, you know, Naruto, they say that Jiraiya only came close to death 3 times in his life. And the last time was because he was doing the very thing you're debating right now. And then Naruto's just sitting there red-faced like, and he just only sits there for the whole rest of the episode, just staring at the wall.
Shout outs to the filler episode where all the girls go take baths and they're talking about how big their boobs are. That episode's hilarious.
Dude, and they all agree that Hinata's the biggest, and she's like, no. My favorite's when Sakura said, I finally caught up to you.
that was yeah, I had to laugh about that when I heard that.
That shit killed me. I finally caught up, and then Naruto wakes up and gets fucking into his Sage Tails mode, and I was like, oh no, you have not.
Yeah, you don't even know.
You steps behind. You just barely figured out how to use Lady Katsuya.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You can barely beat a dude with some fucking puppets. Calm down.
You could barely deal with 100 puppets. Naruto smoked all those puppets.
Yeah. Did you guys think of who your favorite character is of all time?
Mine's
Stop.
2, Ed and Al.
Yeah,
Ed and Al fun.
that's a
Yeah.
I either say Shinji Ikari or Jiraiya.
Jiraiya is.
Jiraiya was a good one.
If it had to be from Naruto, I think Jiraiya was favorite and one of the hardest to just like watch
Dude,
watch
I hated
through.
watching Jiraiya go, man. I still think he's alive.
They made that scene up until him finding out so good. Yeah, it made me fucking cry.
Dude, that shit, no, my least favorite thing was right as he fucking meets Pain and he's like, I already know who you are, boyo. I was like, wait a minute, hold up, because I kind of forgot all that filler shit.
Mhm.
Because that happened so much later, and I was like, don't tell me that's fucking Nagato. I was like, it's all over from here. It's all over. Originally, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was Yahiko. It took me a while to kind of fucking catch on to how the whole Pain thing worked.
His second favorite scene would have been when they were explaining Itachi's story.
No.
I think when he goes up, pretty much his dying wish, or not dying wish, but his dying, and he goes over, touches his brother on the forehead like he always does.
And just dies.
Well, I really liked the Kakashi backstories where you find out like his dad committed suicide and
How he killed fucking, what's her face?
yeah, and then all of his stuff when he was in the Anu Black Ops?
Anbu Black
Yeah,
Ops.
yeah.
When he was the fucking, basically the head of the Anbu.
Yeah.
And he worked alongside fucking, what was Naruto's dad's name? I
Um,
only remember him as the Yellow Flash.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, I can't remember.
Not I almost said not.
I don't remember his mom's name, fucking Kushina.
Yeah.
I don't even get how I remember that.
The episode where you see everything go down of when
The way
he
it
got
went
the
down.
Nine Tails, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, I was blown how he didn't give him the whole 9 tails, and he was like, JK, I'm
You're only getting
split
half.
this in half.
Yeah.
Dude, and then he gives him all the 9 tails. Fuck, dude. I don't know, man. There's so many characters you want to choose from.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I already
tough.
have, like, 65 characters in Naruto alone I'd choose from.
No.
Like, hell, man, I'd pick the ramen guy, depending on the
Dude,
day.
ramen guy.
Ramen guy kicked ass.
He held it
Minato,
down.
or however you pronounce it.
Minato, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite thing ever will always be when fucking the Raikage is just about to finish Naruto's shit, and right as his fist gets here, he just disappears and
Yep.
fucking clocks him, and he just has that whole flashback to Minato doing it, and he's like, okay, I respect you now.
Yeah.
That shit was intense.
Yeah.
His
Or-
way of showing him, like, I can deal with my shit. Let
Right.
me be.
Or when fucking Obito comes in with the war, but he brings his fucking 6 paths of pain, and it's all the other Jinchuriki.
Yeah.
That was fucking intense. That whole series, man. And fucking Naruto goes and talks to fucking Guy-san or whatever, and meets all the other fucking Jinchurikis. I thought that was so sweet and so wholesome, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was a good moment to have.
Dude, especially when fucking I can't remember which one took charge. The blue one, the water, the one who's the 2 tails.
Yeah.
The water one. And she's like, we all already knew this was coming. We've been waiting for you, bud. And he's just like,
Oh.
let's get it.
Oh.
And then they show respect for each other by fist bumping.
Yeah.
That was the shit, man.
Phil asks, the fuck you guys doing a show right now for? Yeah, we just did a Saturday anime podcast because, you know.
Why you tuning
Give
in
it a
so
shot.
late, Phil?
Start
Yeah.
doing these a little more.
No, I'm down. That's what I was going to say when we were off air, but, you know, everyone listening, either on live or YouTube or Podbean, wherever you're at, iTunes, if you guys like this, let us know.
Yes.
We get there. Everyone, I know you guys will probably come back. I know a couple other people who already messaged me during the show who are like, if you guys are talking about anime, let me come on.
No.
I think
You know,
I can consider myself addicted to anime.
it's not a bad thing.
Manga, to a certain extent, but
Better than death.
It's fucking it's fucking good.
It's
Like,
Yeah, I'm addicted without the time to really invest in it as much as I'd like to.
I am addicted to the point where I can make time.
You make
I'm
the
Well, I
addicted
take
to the
time, but
point
not as
where
much as I
quit
like
my
to, yeah.
job, and I haven't found another job because I've been watching anime.
Damn. What?
See, I would be more addicted to it, but I have a wife that doesn't
I have
like
a kid, so
I'm gonna throw this out here though, guys. Listen, if we can blow this up really big, we don't have to do anything but make an anime podcast. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you're gonna have to go home and be like, oh, my work is to watch anime. Okay.
meet up and
Fair
really
enough.
I'd be
watch some
absolutely
anime.
fine with my job being watching anime.
Forrest says, "LOL, wife."
He knows. But that's one thing I'll say. Starting to watch anime to where I'm at now. It just started this a few years ago where I didn't really tell anyone that I watched it.
Yeah.
It was more of my thing and my thing only.
Yeah.
Mainly because that's how I liked it.
Yo,
And also because I didn't know how everyone else would react. Because I'm a person that doesn't like to draw attention, or if
Well-
like anything like that. It's just it gets me like really like
It's like coming
I don't
out
like
of the
it.
closet,
yeah,
man. Like,
that's,
hey,
that's
everybody,
kind
I
of
watch
how I am
anime.
too,
Yeah.
and it's because of the culture in the area we live in.
Yeah.
Everybody's really judgmental around
Oh, yeah.
here. And you're always worried about how much of yourself you reveal because you're going to be judged. I mean, I
Of
remember
course.
being judged really young, being self-conscious, because I would get judged on things that shouldn't matter at all to anybody.
because now you
But
think,
I
you
had,
think back
you
of
know,
those things, it's like
Yeah, like
Fucking
Mormon
cares about
cousins or religious friends, or even, you know, in this area specifically, all the people up on the hill that
mhm.
a lot of them came out really judgmental, and they thought they were high and mighty
Oh,
because
they're
their
up at the
daddy
mount,
made,
up
yeah,
at the top, so
their
like
daddy makes
they look
$5
above
million
everyone
a
else.
year. They get whatever the heck they want. They live in
Mhm.
a nice house,
yeah.
and they always look down. Like I remember, I had like a really nice shirt from whatever brand was in, and I wore it like twice in a week, and I got made fun of for wearing a shirt that I liked
Yeah.
twice in a week
Yeah.
by a bunch of those kids that I went to school with, because I went to
This is
school
why
at
I fought
Orchard,
so many people
and it
in
was
middle
all
school.
those
Right.
rich kids going
Yeah.
to that school from
You
on
would
the
think
hill.
that those little things shouldn't even be noticed,
Yeah.
but the people that just feel that they're above others just try to pick at those.
Well, I think it really depends person by person too, because I think too a lot of it has to do with like the upbringing, because they're
Yep.
How
If
you
you-
were raised.
yeah,
man.
because if you're raised to like, if you see your parents doing that to other people,
Yep.
you're just naturally going to do that to other people.
Yeah.
But if you're raised like, because I know tons of people who are extremely wealthy who are the coolest fucking
Oh,
people
yeah.
that I've ever
Yeah.
met, and it's just
Yeah, that's
it's
the
all the
contrast of it.
demeanor. It's all how you get raised. Because like,
Yeah.
Well, and generally, it comes from how they had their upbringing. It's all a weird
Yeah.
cycle. But
do the Tom Hardy method. If you guys are familiar with that actor, he
well,
says,
yeah, I know.
I treat the CEO and the
Oh, yeah.
janitor with the same respect.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It's because they're both people, man.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
both people. They're both working.
The only thing that changes is maybe a fucking economic status in business.
Yeah.
If anything, like most of the time, you're gonna find the CEO is a bigger jackass than the janitor, or
Yeah.
would be, because the janitor's humble enough to understand that he's a
Yeah.
regular person.
Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah, I
I
agree.
think with
There we go. Life lessons from the anime podcast.
Yeah.
Watch anime. Be nice to people.
Treat everybody as you want
Yeah.
to be treated.
I think you were probably one of the first persons that ever really talked about
Yeah.
anything animated.
Well, I think I remember why, because one of the first times you came to my house, we were upstairs and you saw my dad's Dragon Ball Z DVDs and you're like, oh, I watch anime. And we were like, oh, shit. And then I just remember we ended up over at your house and you were downloading Dragon Ball Z episodes on your
Yeah.
mom's computer
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
I think the hardest person I had to like slowly talk to about like me watching anime was my wife. It was,
Yeah.
like the
Dude,
one
I
thing
feel
I was like,
that every significant other I've ever had, especially because I have a bad problem with dating really white women. So like they fucking look at me and they're like, "Why would you watch that shit? And you fucking masturbate to that too?" And I'm like, "No,
and
that's
the
not
biggest thing
how it
because
works."
They always relate
Yeah, it's
just
always
anime
sexual.
shows to
Well,
hentai, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just like it's all one. It's like no,
especially
That's
if it
not what
has
it
sexual
is.
elements.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Seven Deadly Sins. I watched it when I was
it's not.
living with my girlfriend and everything, and she would like come through and when he's
Right,
like
his
filling up
body
her ass
is
and
just
stuff, he's
yeah,
like
getting
all
face
beating
deep
her.
in the cheeks.
Yeah. or it's like Merlin and she's wearing this much
Yeah.
fucking clothes.
Yeah.
She's not even wearing a shirt. It's like a jacket with
Yep.
it's undone, and she would just be like, oh my god, or like just some shows and she'll walk
it's a
by.
funny. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she'll hear what's going on, and she's like, "Oh my god!" But,
Anytime
yeah.
someone gives people shit though for watching anime, and
she
think it's
she doesn't
hentai,
she just
Yeah.
laughs at me about it. She's just like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "No, it's
Even now,
it's
even now,
not
I don't.
it's not all this."
I think for me, even now, I don't ever really watch it in front of her.
Yeah,
And if I do, I always just have my headphones on so I could watch it myself. I think that's one thing is like I don't think I could ever really watch that with anyone else.
yeah, it's kind of like just watch it.
Because
in your
even then
own,
you're watching it, and even if you watch it with someone else, you're every now and then talking, and I don't like this. Like I want to just focus on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like with her around, I always try to avoid it or just headphones or something because she knows I watch it all the time now.
Yeah,
Because slowly have told her it's like
Start
this is what I like,
introducing. Yeah.
and this is how much I watch it.
This
And
sounds-
and even now I don't think she realized how much I've invested
How
on
deep you
it.
are in.
yeah.
That's how my last text was. She like fucking walked in. I was watching fucking Fairy Tale, and she's like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "Why are you watching cartoons? You're an adult." And I'm like, "Actually, I'm 17, and this is what I watch."
Actually, we're not together anymore.
Like, you see the door? I think it's time for you to make like a banana and split.
Yeah, my girlfriend knew way early on that I would like cartoons.
That's like one thing I always warn like my future significant others about is I'm like, look, I eat a lot of cabbage and I watch a lot of anime.
So if you come in, you're most likely going to see one or a combination of both going on. I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like if you yell at me about it, it's probably gonna start a fight. It's gonna be the dumbest fight we ever have, so let's just avoid it.
Yeah.
I think I've tried to get my wife to watch stuff or like try to like always like find a show that she might like, but it's
Yeah.
hard.
I only ever
Yeah.
get him into the first 2 Studio Ghibli movies, and then they never.
Oh,
ever
see,
wanna
that's
watch any
the
of
reason
them.
I think she's understandable, because she loves those, and she grew up with her sister that kind of watched like Inuyasha and like those old school shows.
Mhm.
That's why she kind of understands where I'm coming from, what I like.
At least she's not coming at you like a KKK member, like burn the infidels.
Yeah, no, that's how my girlfriend was. Her sister is into it, and she grew up with a bunch of brothers. So
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's the cool thing that's about it being more, publicly accepted,
no,
is
no.
everyone's starting to find out that they know someone who's into anime.
Nope. Nope.
Even the people who are the big naysayers.
Well, and
So-
there's like big Hollywood stars or whatever
Yeah.
they talk about, or music. It's a lot of actually artists.
They're opening
Like,
up.
tons.
A lot of artists are into it.
Hip hop community rappers, lots of anime.
Yep.
Lots of anime.
But I think ever since I've gotten this, I think this is another way of getting people to
Yeah.
like open up. It's like, oh, you One Piece, you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want an FMA tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Renegon tattooed on my shoulder blades.
That'd be dope.
I want a dope transmutation circle. I just have to like rewatch them and pick which one I want.
Doesn't
because there's a
Thomas
lot of really cool.
Thomas M?
Yeah.
Doesn't he have one
Yeah,
on his
something.
chest?
But I don't think it's a. I don't know if it's a transmutation circle or just.
I can't remember. Because when I was working with him, I remember he.
You should get the exact circle. That guy
I need to
used turn
really
his
go
daughter.
pee.
Okay.
No, not the Chimera one. Dude. No.
Get the Chimera one.
No.
Get the Chimera one.
I'm just gonna get that tattoo on my chest, and it's gonna say "Edward" coming out of it.
No.
Edward.
If anything, dude, it'd be like a soul binding one
But
or
dude, it'd
something.
be so
something
great
cool
because
like that.
only the OGs would
Right.
understand your tat.
Something that like one of them used in like a really like scary moment to like save the other or bring one back.
Dude, or you should just get a picture of when he fucking get like the picture of when he gets to talk to his little brother, but he comes out of those huge gates naked as fuck.
Yeah.
Just get him like walking out of the door naked.
Or the meme that was when they open up the gate and then it's Rolf from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Many doors, Ed boys.
My favorite one is it's Riley Reid and she says, "Oh fuck, spread it," and it's Rolf and he's like,
Hello, Ed boy. Oh, fuck, spread it. B-Bert says, I don't know where you guys find all these mean girls. I don't think it's necessarily even.
Mine's not a mean girl.
It's
yeah.
called Utah.
I
Yeah.
don't even know if it's necessarily mean. I think it's just not. They
It's
don't
not
understand what anime is.
Yeah, they
Because
just
sometimes
look
I
at it-
can't can't bash people because they don't. They just don't know. They
Yeah.
see what's in the media, and the media is all like, "Oh, tentacle porn."
Well, that's what
It's like how if you
everything.
see
Yeah.
somebody that has a pocket protector, you're 95% of the time going to be like, that person's kind of a dweeb.
Have you ever talked to someone who's never seen Game of Thrones? They're like, "I don't want to watch that incest shit."
Me,
You've never seen Game of Thrones?
hate Game of Thrones.
Why?
I
Love
watched 2
Game of
episodes and got
Thrones.
incredibly bored.
It
Dude,
gets so good.
You gotta
It
sink
does.
some time.
Everybody,
into Game of Thrones.
dude.
Yeah.
I've been having
Game
this
of Thrones
argument
is
for so
good.
long, especially with Sam Peterson, man. Every time I pick him up, he's like, "You start Game of Thrones yet?" And I'm like,
Oh my god.
never will.
That's me with my friend Zach. That when before I even I started getting into it in like the 6th season, and he's like, "You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it."
I think I was doing that with you.
Yeah.
Like, you
And
just
then I
started Game of
finally
Thrones?
watched it, and I started watching with my wife, and obviously the first few episodes is just like
It's slow.
sex, rape, and all this other
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, holy
I guess
shit!
it's not slow. It's
That's
over the top.
yeah,
Interesting,
Yeah, no, that's where,
but-
because you realize that stuff tapers off way early.
Yeah.
They went away from all that. Like they went a little crazy. They're just like, where'd you?
Honestly, I
where'd you
I would say Game of Thrones. I mean, it's my #1 favorite TV show that's ever happened, and I think if they can conclude this final season well, it will go down as the best TV show in history.
Yeah.
It's
What if
just
they
there's
made-
just
what if
so
they made
much.
an anime of it?
I mean,
that might change
Branched
my
off
perspective.
though.
that might be good.
Oh, that's another one. That Castlevania. Because I was thinking
Castlevania's good.
that like, oh, they could do it like it'd be like Castlevania
Mhm.
kind of.
That'd be really good.
That's a.
Is
way
it really that good?
show.
Because my friend
I
keeps
really
telling me
liked
about it.
I really liked it.
Really?
You guys
It
seen
was
the
really
Hellquest
enjoyable. It's not long.
miniseries?
You don't have to
Which one?
sacrifice a
Oh
lot.
wait, no, the Van Helsing miniseries.
Oh, yeah, I did.
I
actually like that.
started watching it a little while ago. I never finished it, but from what I saw, it's just like there's so much going on in a good way.
It's like it really does, because it keeps your fucking mind busy. Because it's like
good.
it opens up, so it's like Van Helsing, so he's like a vampire hunter,
Yeah.
obviously. But it like fucking just opens up with like fucking vampires coming in. But then, like, he goes to kill the vampires, and then you find out there's more than just vampires. And then he's like, oh shit, now I gotta kill regular people and vampires? And then, like, after the regular people come, you find out the Nazis are in on it, too. And so he's like, damn, now I got Nazis, bad guys, and vampires? And it just keeps getting, like, deeper and deeper, dude.
Yeah, Toasted Iron Anime podcast. But, yeah, anime's great.
We should just
Yes, it
have
is.
a section that's just, like, the cabbage and anime hour.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
down.
too bad we live in a lame state.
Right. For now.
For now.
For
now.
For now.
It's changing slowly but surely.
Yeah, well,
slowly.
people are waking up to the bullshit.
We're gonna get real people beer, guys.
If there's a
Oh,
point-
yeah.
They had to give
What,
us that
wasn't
win,
there, like,
dude. I
3?
feel like they were like, all right,
They knew we were.
let's give them a win.
Was
we
it
don't
2
like
or
it.
three things that changed recently? Was the beer?
Mm-hmm.
Did the other one go through the
Prop
one
2?
about? No, well, yeah, the Prop 2, but
The red lights, which is weird. You can run red lights.
I
After
didn't know
90
that.
seconds.
Oh,
That sounds like a
yeah,
terrible
yeah.
law.
I thought it was
After
only in a
90
certain
seconds,
area.
if the light,
after
it's
90 seconds.
yeah, after
Oh.
90 seconds, if a light seems like so, basically, it's for people like I've had it before.
Early
where,
morning or
yeah,
late,
really
late at
early,
night.
like 4 in the morning when you're driving or
Mhm.
something, and
I've
it's
had
like
those.
a light, and it's just like an odd street, but it crosses like a really busy street. Sometimes you're sitting there. There's no cars
2
passing.
to 3 minutes.
But you'll be sitting there for like
Me
3,
last
5.
night, dude.
I've sat at a light for 5 minutes before, and then I blew it.
It's gonna get abused though.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
running
oh,
a
for
lot of
sure.
red lights.
Oh,
Dude,
for
my
sure.
favorite. I think my favorite petition I saw this whole year is this guy who was petitioning to have them go over all the street lines and paint over them with reflective tape.
Yes, because I can't see that shit sometimes.
No,
when
especially
it's
when it rains.
raining,
See
oh my god, you can't
yesterday
see
at all,
shit.
dude.
That's
I
that's
almost hit a car yesterday
see
'cause
that's
I
the thing
wasn't in
though.
my own
You
lane.
I kind of like it only because that's when you can make your own lane. It's good
That's
or
good.
bad.
It's good
It's
Because-
bad when it's busy. It's good when it's not busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually drive when it's not super busy, so I don't really get affected by it. Because when I'm driving at night, it's 2 a.m. I'm coming home from Salt Lake,
Right.
so
You're good.
yeah, I don't see anybody.
Now I would love if we
I
get
guess
to a
that's one
point-
other show that I grew up with was Pokemon. I
Pokemon.
think that was.
Yeah.
I think honestly that was my first show I ever watched was
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I went
watched-
and we watched it. It's
I've
good.
only ever seen one Pokemon thing, and it was the one where they first introduced Deoxys.
Yeah.
I definitely got behind real quick.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
lot.
shows, dude. Same with Dragon Ball. Like I kind of got lost in these new ones just because
Digimon.
when I grew up, you know,
Digimon
didn't
is
have the
fucking
time.
wild, dude. That shit blew
Digimon
my
was the
mind.
shit. Yeah.
My favorite thing was how Pokemon made a banned episode because James
Yu-Gi-Oh.
had a gun, and then fucking Digimon has a whole goddamn monster made out of guns.
Yeah.
Well, I think with One Piece, the U.S. version, the cook, fucking what's his name? I forgot his name, but he has actually has a cigarette all the time. But in the first few, I don't know how many episodes of the U.S. version, it's him sucking a lollipop instead.
Yeah, that shit was whack, dude.
Was it in the Yu-Gi-Oh ones too? They have guns.
Oh yeah, instead it's just them pointing.
Yeah.
Drop. Put your hands up. With your
I
fingers.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Go Eagle says Seto Kaiba is the best character. Toasted says, "Are there any animes you recommend?" Start with Naruto.
Seven
Uh,
Deadly Sins. That's a really good one. That's easy. Everybody has Netflix.
Go watch
Seven
It's a
Deadly
pleasant
Sins.
Basic
surprise.
Starter and then
Yeah.
delve into Black Lagoon. Because Black Lagoon
But
is
a
not one
good,
to start
I think,
with.
what
Cowboy
would be
Bebop.
what would be a good
Definitely
show
a good
to
intro.
start with, like a decent one? You guys would think.
What's the?
Either Cowboy
Both of those,
Bebop,
dude. Cowboy.
Dragon Ball Z, or Samurai
Dragon Ball
Champloo.
Z is just so big.
Full Metal
though. That's such a-
Alchemist.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Full
And that's
Metal
a
Alchemist.
specific. It's more like towards people that like that action, like
basically
fight.
The show
I'd
that
just say
fights
go
the last
for-
3
I just
episodes.
say go for a main
3 minutes.
Yeah.
What's
5 or 6 episodes.
I'm drawing a blank, and I thought of it and then lost it. What's the one where they get stuck in the video game that's really popular?
Oh, Sword Art Online.
Yeah, Sword Art
Oh.
Online's a good starter one.
Sword Art
That's
Online's
one that I-
good, but
that's
don't
on my
watch
list.
the second season.
Yeah, skip the second
Don't watch
season.
the second.
I enjoyed all of it, and
I
even the
didn't
new
like-
stuff.
I didn't like the gun one. I was
Yeah.
I was
I
fine
didn't
with
finish
the
that
fairies.
or whatever. Isn't that Gun
Yeah.
Girl Online?
I was fine with fucking the fairy tale part and when they're in regular Sword Art Online. I thought that was great. But then they came back for fucking season 2 and it's in a gun game online. And it's literally like they just got lazy, bro. It's literally the exact same plot. Except
Yeah.
fucking instead of all of them being trapped, this guy has a gun that just kills people in real life when
Yeah.
he shoots them in the game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
in a sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you
Yeah.
guys seen that Sword Guy? Is that what Sword Guy?
Is it a different show?
Yeah, it's a different show. Sword Guy. It's like
Is that what it's
ever
called?
see Bobo
I think it's Sword
the
Guy.
guy running around with magical nose hairs?
Yep.
What?
Oh my god. Look it up. I never finished
Bobo's
it,
great.
but that shit back then was so fucking entertaining. It's just because it was so. Oh my god, it was so different. It's
My
like
favorite was anytime someone said his name because they would never say it. They would like extend it so someone would be like bo 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 bo, and he's just like what?
oh,
What
that's
was
another
that?
one. Have you guys ever seen
This guy?
Zatch Bell?
Oh yeah, Zatchbell was hella good. That's what.
Oh, I have seen this.
Bo 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 bo.
Dude, this you gotta watch. I
Yeah.
think you would enjoy this.
I have seen it.
He dead ass has magical nose hairs that he whips everyone with.
Damn. That's what we're talking about.
Like there's
Yeah,
him, and he dresses up too. Like this is just one of the wildest animes out there, bro. This shit makes Space Dandy look tame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in
They're
Zatch
really all
Bell,
small.
the main thing I can remember was the owner of the horse, the
The horse.
I think the horse
puppet.
guy. Yeah,
Was he the
Where-
guy with the red?
the one
book?
that says Maru Maru all the time?
Mm-hmm.
That's always stuck
Dude,
in
I
my
think
head.
his name's Maru Maru.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to have all the Zatch Bell puppet books, and I would just sit there and be
at
like,
one point all of it too.
that was
Oh,
my
God.
shit back in the day, bro.
I think
Or-
I grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually was a
Yep.
big one too.
That was a big one for
Dude,
me.
one that kind of
What
like
was that one where it was like the big robots, but they were like animals?
Gundam.
No, Gundam
Oh.
too. Gundam,
Gundam
of
was
course.
good.
But the one they were animals. Like they were
Mhm.
all animal style robots. They were like giant robots, giant mechs, but they were like animals, like panthers and rhinos and stuff like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Voltron.
Yeah.
Is it
No.
Voltron?
Voltron.
No,
That's- that's something-
Voltron's made out of
that's-
different animals.
Yeah, no, that's a thing, but it's something else. It's like
Look up like rope.
Robot animal anime tearing
I
shit
can't
up.
remember what it's called.
Maybe they know.
Let me get caught up here. So, I've heard of Full Metal Alchemist. What's it about? Says Toasted. It's kind of hard to explain. There's
It's
about
a very-
alchemy.
Just watch.
Yeah,
it'll,
just watch
It'll
it.
explain it pretty well
10 out
where
of
it's
10.
going in like the first few episodes. I'd recommend just Brotherhood. Start with Brotherhood.
Yeah, Star Brother.
Watch the first.
You
few
know, I've
episodes.
never actually watched both of them all the way. I've always just watched episodes.
Do that.
A lot of
Watch
them,
them all
but
the
I've
way.
never watched.
Yeah, I
Full on.
watch them both.
Hey,
Bieber
you
says-
guys ever watch? I think it was called Soul Reaper.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's a
That
good
one was
one
actually
too.
cool.
Damn good one. I feel like a lot of people
Ah,
slept on.
you know
that.
what?
Soul Reaper.
Bleach. I forgot about
Oh,
Bleach
Here, I'll
completely.
show you.
I've never
think I
watched
know.
Bleach.
Bleach.
I wanted to watch
You'll
it.
wreck
Bleach
it.
I had
is
never watched
fucking
Bleach either.
badass.
Bleach is way badass except for the ending.
Yeah,
That
it's
ending
just
broke
like-
my heart.
Well,
Another
yeah,
one, huh?
but and see, it wasn't even their fault though.
Mhm.
That how it ended. It's
Yeah.
all because of the what happened back over. Was it Tokyo where they were doing it? But just all the tsunamis that were happening. They're just like, they just stopped it.
So, Biebert says you guys should try to make a list for new anime watchers and another for people who
Oh, it's
already
called
like
Soul
anime.
Eater. That's what it was.
Soul Eater. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, that's
Soul
that's what
Eater.
it sounded. So when you said Soul Reaper or whatever,
I'm
I
down
was like,
for that.
I
to
think
make
I
a
know what
list,
you're
make
talking about.
each their own.
Threw
like,
myself
what
off.
they-
I
I
was
haven't.
thinking of
I
Bleach.
started
Yeah,
that.
that'd be good.
Yeah.
That's
I
one
like
that I
that, yeah.
started. Didn't get
Yeah, we'll
hooked
for
on
sure
it.
do that.
Dude,
Never
honestly,
finished
like,
it out. Never
it's
wrote it
kinda-
out.
it's kind of slow at the beginning, but
Yeah.
you just gotta
It's
fucking
it's
get
pretty
in it.
cool though. I kind of like the premise. I should probably watch that one.
It's a good one. It's got some whack.
I remember
characters
there
in it.
was a show about pretty much BMX. Is it BMX bikes or like dirt bikes? There was one show about that. And I can't remember what it was called, but it was just pretty much this one kid was super fucking good with his bike, and just they were racing, and it was like a scene of like adventure slash evildoers trying to control the world with their bikes that were special.
What the fuck?
What's up, Mr.
But the
Amazing
racing part was
3001?
really, really good.
How you been, my guy?
Any of you guys seen Fooly Cooley?
Fully,
Fooly Cooley?
I don't think so.
That, my friend, is one you gotta watch. That's one of the godfathers of anime.
Really, it's
Mhm.
old school type of.
So it's about, it's kind of like a coming of age story for this kid. But it's just fucking, it's so weird, dude. Like, he's just a regular kid and he hates life, and then he gets hit in the head with a guitar and robots start coming out of his forehead.
What?
Look, this is it. It's like, it's super aesthetically put together.
This
It's only like,
guy?
yeah, that's the kid who, that's fucking Malta. He gets fucking smacked in the head with a guitar. And
Oh!
robots start coming out of it.
Oh yeah. They made a new either a new season or redid
They're
it.
rebooting it for a new season. Whole new season.
Yeah, I saw that and I was thinking about watching, but
This show,
so many that.
this, like,
Zoids.
Cooley is definitely one to
Zoids?
fucking
Zoids.
because it is so
Zoids.
wild.
That's
That
when I
sounds
grew up watching.
familiar.
Zoids. I'll show you one of the things. I had like
Dude, the best
toy.
part
I
of
had
this
like
whole
toys
show
of them.
is when this chick tries to bang him and he does that same thing, but he's all red.
Zoids. I'll pull it up here so people
Yeah.
can see it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I had these. I had the toys.
Okay.
Look at
I
those.
do
Those are
remember these.
$500
Yeah,
Watching
now,
this,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let's go back
Zoids.
for a second. Did you see that too? Look how much those are selling for.
Yeah, dude.
$600.
What the hell? I didn't have
Click
one
on it.
left.
I think
Those
that
were
one's made out of metal.
$600, dude. That's for die cast, dude. That's like the metal. That's like how they make Hot Wheels.
Dude, I wonder.
Cast.
Oh, what happened? Hey, you go back, piece of shit.
I think it just.
go to the other.
Jack.
Oh, you know, you just gotta scroll
My
down.
son looks like Jack from Incredibles sometimes.
They only
hair
have
is spiked.
one left.
Oh, so this one probably was like out when it was the show was
No, look,
going
it's
on.
made out of
It's-
fucking metal,
Why would they
bro.
be selling it from Walmart though?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this Walmart now has sections where you can sell shit.
Really?
So this
What?
is probably a collectible.
sold. Yeah, by AMI Ventures Inc.
Yeah.
Damn, you wanna know what I got
Wow.
sitting in my apartment right now? Look up the Micronauts time travel. I got a mint condition one.
Micronauts.
I don't think there's a GH.
You
That's
know,
okay, it'll
Yeah,
correct
it'll
it.
get it. It'll
your
get it.
boy isn't a good speller.
I have
alright.
a mint condition one of those chilling in my room right now.
Damn. Let me pull up.
It's fucking
2,
steezy.
4, and 5, huh?
Look, there's the exact one I got right there, the one with all the green shit on it. And the
This
guy,
one?
Yeah,
Or this one?
they're both the same one.
Oh, gotcha. Just different.
Huh.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, dude, this crazy bipolar guy gave it to me and told me I could never sell it, and then I never saw him again, so now I'm gonna sell it. He was like, I may hit you up one day and ask for it back, and I was like, you have no way of contacting me. You're screwed, bud.
Full Coolie is so good and crazy.
Yep. Or if we go by the standard Japanese saying, Buddy Cuddy.
Hello? I'll be home in like 10, okay? Hung up on me. Rude. Fine. That was rude.
I was gonna say, tell them I love them.
Yeah. I was gonna say more too, but they were like,
Is that
"Eh."
your mama?
Yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen her in a
A
while.
hot minute. Yeah, let's go ahead and call it for
Cool.
this one. Like I said, if you guys are listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, here on Twitch, and you like it, let us know. Because we can definitely...
Let us know, and then if whatever you guys want to hear.
Yeah. If you want to hear like breakdowns of specific animes, if you want to hear like more list, what you should be watching, what
Put
you
a whole PowerPoint.
I'm bad with
together.
memory,
Yeah.
so I'd have to like either
Yeah.
rewatch or reread something about it.
I'd have to go to the wiki of it.
Yeah.
The anime wikis.
We can definitely do more episodes of this. We can definitely get a group of rotating people who want to come on and talk about anime. I mean, I'm sure you guys will come back if you'd like to, and
I'm coming back anytime, even if it's not anime.
yeah, we're definitely down to do more.
Down for any subject, man.
Everyone watching now, appreciate it, love you, and enjoy your Saturday.
Coors Light sounds pretty good right now.
That's what I'm saying, Phil. Everyone, if you can drink, go get some Coors Light.
If you can't, don't do it. It's illegal.
Don't
Yeah.
judge people by their likes and interests. That's what we learned today.
Unless
Treat
their
everybody
like
like
and
you wanna be
interest
treated.
is underage drinking.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, have a good one.
What happened to
Later.
not
Sayonara.
judging people? Samuel, you can't run around pushing people into a giant fan.